Hi, my divine loves, you beauties. Thank you so much for tuning into my reading on my channel, Back to Life Tarot. Today's reading is about cord cutting. It's a pick a card reading, or more so a pick a pile reading, and it's speaking on who and what do you need to cut cords with. For this reading, I ask that you keep a question in mind for a yes or no answer, which will be provided depending on which pile you pick. It will be either yes or no to your question, so please keep that in mind. Once you do click on each pile, seeing that I have recorded a lot of this video about a week ago, I'm just updating this information that is on this intro. So it'll say that I forgot to ask you to keep a question in mind, but please just disregard that or just have more emphasis on the question within your mind. So go ahead and, tune into your inner spirit and see what is resonating with you. Are you going to be picking pile one, pile two, or pile three? So that way we can go ahead and get your answer as to who and what do you need to cut cords with. I am available for personalized readings. My readings are an hour apiece because when I channel information from Holy Spirit, it is quite detailed and I want for you to receive all of the information that is being shown to me by your spiritual team. So, just to have you know that in advance. Also, with each one of my readings, I do include divination by dice, which is going to be how each one of these readings are going to be opened with. And divination by dice supplies you with the dice rolled, a keyword or keywords, as well as an affirmation for you to recite. It speaks about how this reading is going to affect you on a physical and a spiritual level. And it also includes a gemstone, and I go into detailed information as to how this gemstone can aid you. I also include tarot and oracle cards in my reading, as well as intuitively downloaded messages coming forth on the subject of your choosing. So, personal readings are available. I will leave the information in the description box for you to be able to go ahead and schedule a personalized reading with me on my site, backtolifetarot.com. So, I also will have the timing for each one of the piles so that way you can go ahead and choose. So again, have a question in mind, and focus in, tune into your inner self, your higher self, and see which pile resonates with you. Thank you again for tuning in to my channel, and let's get into our reading. Hello, my loves, my divine beauties. If you chose pile number one, this is your reading. So for this pile, we're doing divination by dice, which is something that I always open up each and every one of my readings with. Um, when I first tapped into my spirituality, dice were something that was calling to me. Like I could not walk into a store, I could not turn on my phone, I couldn't even turn on the television without seeing dice come up. So it was something that really gathered my attention, and I found a method of using this as divination. So I find it to be very helpful as it usually has so much information about what the entire reading is going to be about and what information is going to be brought forth from your benevolent ancestors, from Holy Spirit, from your angels, your guardian angels, your the archangels, whoever it is that is on your spirit team, whether you're a person that believes in deities or God and the goddess, or if you refer to the Omni Creator as source. Whatever your beliefs are, I am a person that believes in Omism, which is knowing that there is truth in every single religion, but no single religion has the truth. That is my opinion. And I feel entitled to have that. And, hopefully that's something that resonates with you, that you can find the truth in everything, or you can see the beauty in everything. You can see that we are connected to each other and to this world. That's something that is within us. So, with that explanation being given, let's go ahead and dive into pile one. So, for this dice divination, it was a dice roll of the numbers 3 and 5. The key words here are trusting power, answer to your question that you're thinking is yes. So maybe I will make a notice that I would like for you to hold a question in your mind when you first start to listen to my readings. As I develop this channel, I'm going to be changing things, so that's definitely something I think I'm going to be adding in. So for now, think of a question, and the question that you're thinking about, the answer is yes. So here an affirmation is, I trust my progress. Isn't that beautiful? So the dice rolls give information on a physical and a spiritual plane. So rolling 5 plus 3 plus 5, excuse me, asks that you recognize your personal power. You have probably experienced some difficulties in your past life, and few joys happen easily. This is the point when experiences in life bring you more joy. It is a time of trusting that you deserve the gifts that you are currently presented. Gifts such as love, devotion, faith, opportunities, pleasure, and abundance are now aspects of your reality. This trusting power allows you to believe in the splendor of life again. It is knowledge that divine timing is now working with you to reward you for all the work, energy, and love you have given. It is now time to live your dream. The spiritual perspective of rolling 3 and 5 is, an enlightened being receives this combination only when they have full knowledge of the dark and the light of the world. They choose to close the door on what does not promote love, light, and beauty in their lives. It is the simple act of ignoring negative influences by not allowing them power. There is no grip in emotion. This is an act of choice, simply for the greater good and potential of their spirit. Trust represents the highest personal freedom we can adapt. The simple act of choice will allow change in our lives in the moment. Each new life happens in a moment, whether it is conception of a child or the decision to make your life more fulfilled. This is a very powerful for people who are curious about their purpose or life meaning. Choice is one of our greatest gifts. Typically, your meaning of life is that thing or activity in which you give the greatest share of your time. Consider what deserves your attention. Is it something to celebrate or something you shame? Both are a choice. And in your case, you now have the strength to incorporate the most meaningful actions in your life. Trust that exactly the right situation will unfold for you at the moment it is required. This is where you learn about real happiness. Have confidence on the path of your new and more contented life. Now, along with the dice roll is a gemstone. And the gemstone for that dice roll of 3 and 5 is cornelian. Cornelian, the healing uses are for compassion, digestion, insight, meditation, performance, self esteem, spiritual connection, tissue regeneration, courage, empowerment, inspiration, memory. It regulates appetite, speech, study, and vitality. It is also used for ailments like anger, asthma, colds, eating disorders, fear, infections, jealousy, lethargy, sorrow, apathy, bronchitis, confusion, envy, hay fever, jaundice, laziness, and minor cuts. It is associated with the sacral chakra and the solar plexus chakra, and it is great for those who have the astrology of Cancer, Leo, Scorpio, or Taurus. It also is um, represented by the following tarot cards, which is the Justice card, the Emperor, the Empress, and the Hierophant. So let's get into our reading. I'm going to be pulling from my oracle cards first because I feel like when I do that, I'm able to see the broader picture of what the reading is about, and then I will incorporate some tarot so that way we can get more into the details. So here comes the first thing. You are a natural born leader. You were born to lead others. It is part of your life path. So now it's time for you to pay attention to this. Pay attention to the fact that this is who you are. You know, each leader has to come to a point in in time in their lives where they make the decision to take on this responsibility of being a leader. And with you being a leader means that you also are in charge of how you eat, the things that you do. You know, are you paying attention to how your body is feeling? How are you in terms of your self-esteem? Are you confident? Are you happy? You know, with your health, what is it that you're doing? Are you not eating correctly? Are you not getting enough sleep? Are you not taking time to meditate? Are you not taking time to journal on a daily basis? Are you not taking time to have gratitude every day? What I do and have been practicing for some time is gratitude. Each day I write a gratitude. And before I write it, I think about it. So before I get out of the bed, I think about how do I want to feel today? What would I like to accomplish today? What am I grateful for? Because when you have the attitude of gratitude, it opens up so much to you. What you think about in your mind is what becomes your reality. So if you're thinking that you're going to have a bad day or you feel tired and, you know, just not well rested, you're not eating correctly, it affects everything in your life. You know, what you put into you is what comes out of you. So, you being a natural born leader, one of the things that you may have to cut cords with is the unhealthy eating. Are you eating outside? Are you doing fast food on a daily basis? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you resting your body? Are you taking in water? Are you eating fruits and vegetables? Are you around people who are going to uplift you in spirit? Are you a person that also helps uplift others? You know, are you a person that is letting negative thinking overcloud your judgment as to, you know, who you are? Are you blocking yourself from being this natural born leader that you were born to be? These are things that you may need to cut cords with. I see here a lot of you are in for a career transition. So, regardless of whether you are an employee or you are the CEO and boss of your own company, there are always times that we need to reevaluate what it is that we're doing and see if it's fulfilling us, see if we still find purpose in what it is that we're doing. Um, for myself, I used to be in the insurance industry, and due to a series of accidents and operations, I did not get approved for disability when I really felt that I was well, I didn't only feel that I was in need of it. I knew that I was in need of having that to be covered, but I felt that it should have been covered and it wasn't. So it kind of jaded me towards that industry because I felt from the position that I was in, I didn't have power to help people like myself when they're in a bad situation to actually be able to receive the funding that they need. So my passion for the insurance industry waned, and I had to reevaluate what was it that I wanted to do as a person. What was it that I was going to do to help bring in income for my family? Um, and at times we stay in places that are not for us, doing things that are not good for us. You feel it after a while. You just wake up in the morning and you kind of have this hesitancy of getting up, or you want to just keep hitting that snooze button. I'm guilty of it. That's why I can speak on it. I talk to y'all from my experiences, and I'm not a person to shame anybody, but it's to help you realize that there are things happening that are showing you, your body is showing you that this is not for you. Or you may have to reevaluate what kind of career you're in. Do you want to move to a different position? Would you like to expand? Would you like to create your own niche? What is your market that you're in? Do you need to change some things? There has to be a reevaluation. You may need to cut cords with the place that you're working at. It may not be a place that you feel that you have any growth anymore. You might feel that you're stagnant. So for some of you, it might be time to move on to a new career, or it might be time for you to take the leap to become your own boss, to have your own business. So that's something to think about, isn't it? So in this cord cutting, sometimes I know it says here that you are connected to the heavenly realms, but that's not the feeling that I'm getting when I see this cord. I see you're connected and you're so busy with these connections that you have put yourself on the back burner. And then there's some days that you don't even reach the stoves to be on the back burner. Like you have forgotten you. You have let putting everybody else's problems, everybody else's needs and wants before yours. And there is nothing wrong with you being selfish. Selfish means that you become self-full. So this is another thing that you are going to have to cut out if you want to be this natural born leader that you are supposed to be, that you are born to be. You need to cut the cord of thinking that other people's needs and wants are more important than yours. You were born by yourself. At least for most people, I don't know that many twins or triplets or quadruplets, but you get what I mean. Each person is their own person, their own individual, and every person has a right to have their needs and their wants fulfilled and met. And there's times where we're just running, 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 running. I know for myself, I have two children. There was a time where I stopped getting my hair done, my nails done, or taking care of myself, or I wouldn't buy myself nice things because my kids have needs and they want to do things. But in the end, it made me feel bad. It made me feel sluggish because I was putting so much more emphasis on making sure that all of their wants were being taken care of. Now, I didn't say needs because their needs are obviously important things. Just like you and your family's needs or your loved ones' needs are important. Those are things that are vital for you to take care of. But when you let people's wants overpower the need for you to do what it is that you need to do for yourself, like eat healthier, drink water, sleep well, meditate, journal, go for walks, go out into nature, exercise, and have balance in your life, that is where there becomes a problem, and that is where there is a need for you to cut out putting people before you. I'm not saying for you to just be a person that's just like nasty and mean and just like, I'm not doing nothing for anybody or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. What is being brought here is that these connections need to be put in place. Where are your priorities? Not even, well, not only where are your priorities, where are you on your list of priorities? Do you even make the list? If you don't, then it's time for you to reevaluate a lot of things in your life. Sit down and make a list of what is working for you and what is not working for you in your life. You could just take a piece of paper and just draw a line down the middle and compare the pros and the cons. And if you see that you have more cons, more negatives than positives, it's time for you to now connect with the heavenly realms, connect with your angels, connect with your ancestors, connect with your spirit team, get some guidance, go inside. Meditation is very important. It connects you to spirit, it connects you to yourself, it connects you to the Holy Trinity of me, myself, and I. I'll explain that further, maybe on some other readings, but that's something that I believe in is the Trinity of me, myself, and I. How do you treat yourself? Me, like me is how people see you from the outside. I is how you see yourself reflected outwardly, to other people. But myself, when you get that time to connect with your soul being, with your spirit, that is a beautiful thing. You get to explore and see things from a different perspective. And whether you're a person that prays or meditates or writes petitions, you know, or just, wants to sit and journal things down, or you chant mantras and stuff, these are all things that will help you get in contact with yourself, your inner self, and be whole as a person. Well, here we go. We have more just confirmation that you are needing to disconnect from the things that are not healthy for you, right? It says those healthy changes you have been meaning to make are imperative for you now. Take care of yourself. Cut out the things that are no good for you. Instead of sitting down, binge watching Netflix, or just, not doing things that are going to help you as a person, to grow you as a person, it's time to do something brand new. It's time to bring in, and make that time for yourself, to have this self-evaluation done and live in a way that you can always know that you are doing the best for yourself. Home, sweet home. Your home and your family matters require your attention and your tender, loving care. This here, wow, this is like a lot of soul searching, a lot of soul searching. Excuse me, I didn't mean to move my cursor. So I'm hoping I didn't mess up the video too badly. But how do you how do you make the time for yourself? Your environments that you're in the most is your home and your place of work. So there's something that needs to be expressed to you. Your soul is trying to have you do what is in alignment with your life purpose, with your soul mission. Do you ever feel like what you're doing is just not for you? Where you live is not for you? Are you ready to make a change? You have the power within you, and every day work towards this. You have to work towards making progress to fulfill your dreams and your goals. So if the place that you are now, whether it is your home environment, is not working for you, if your house is not clean, clean up your house. Start from the back room and then work all the way forward so everything can come out the front door. You need to release stuff, or are there things in your closet that you haven't seen since you put them in there. You forgot you even had them. It's time to clean out your closet. And that's not just physically, but also spiritually, like going inside and cleaning out things and thoughts and mindsets that don't grow or serve you. This is also talking about coming into your house, go clean your refrigerator. I'm sure that there is stuff in your refrigerator that is beyond expiration. It's time for you to do a full cleaning. Like for me, spring cleaning is like a big thing, but I try to do seasonal cleaning. So about every 3 months, I'm coming in to see what have I used and what have I not used. If I have not used it, if I am not going to use it within the next week or so, um, it goes into a pile of things to just be either donated or thrown out, because we hold on to so much stuff, and everything in this world has a frequency and a vibration. It takes up a space. And if you're holding on to things that you don't use anymore, they are of no service to you. So let's make space to receive what does work for us. And the only way to do that is to cut cords with the things that don't serve us and grow us. So let's do a real good, thorough house cleaning. And then let's also evaluate what it is that we're doing in terms of how we make our money. How is that fulfilling to you, or how is it not fulfilling to you? Do you need to go to school? Do you need to take a course so that way you can get a promotion? Or do you need to start looking for another job in general? Or is it time for you to step out in faith and start your own business? These are things that will help you cut cords with what does not grow you. Now, visualization is a huge part of bringing forth your goals and dreams into fruition. So, by practicing visualization of what you do want, you bring that into your existence. What you think of all the time is what you see coming through in your life. So if you are a pessimistic person, always seeing the cup as half empty, always seeing the negative side of things, always complaining about things, and not really doing anything to improve the situation, or not having a better attitude, not having the attitude of gratitude, it's going to be more difficult for you to achieve what it is that you have set out to achieve. And also with visualization, this is where that list that I was talking about comes back in, the pros and the cons. For the pros, visualize more of the good things that are happening in your life happening. If you want a brand new job, see yourself shaking that person's hand at an interview. See yourself receiving that email or that letter in the mail that says that you have been hired. See it with your start date. See it with your starting salary that you want. Envision that. Envision that. And then once you have it in your mind, put it down on paper, and say in a present tense, like you already have it. I am grateful that I am now working at this wonderful job. I start on Monday and I'm making $100,000 a year plus commission. I don't know what it is that you want to do. I'm just putting stuff out there into the universe, but you know what it is that you want to do. When you visualize it, also write it down. So that way now you have it on paper and it's something uh, that you can keep looking at and not only have it in your mind, but also see it with your physical eyes. So that way you can bring your dreams into fruition. When you get to a point where you're able to pinpoint your bad habits, your bad eating habits, your bad sleeping habits, you're not taking care of your health, where it is that you are not showing up for yourself, where you see things are not working for you anymore, where you have made the decision to say, hey, I'm ready to move forward. I'm ready to do what it is that I want to do, what makes my heart jump for joy. Then you're going to be in a shower of light. Goodness is going to be raining down upon you. This it would be an initiation, right? The number 10 is a number of completion and new beginnings, right? Because if you add the one to the zero, you get one. The number one is new beginnings. So that means that you have gone through a process. This process of seeing what is working in your life and what is not working in your life. And this here, when you're at this point, this initiation, this new beginning, it's you are in a place of high vibration, a lot of energy, a lot of light, a lot of abundance. So when you finally get to a place where you are putting your needs and your wants down as a priority, where you are able to see what it is that you need to cut out of your life, once you start having an attitude of gratitude and thoughts of positive things instead of being pessimistic, you now become an optimistic person. There's going to be an influx of ideas and feelings and gifts and blessings, happy coincidences, which I don't believe in. I believe that those are synchronicities, that is showing that you are in alignment with what it is that you want. Again, just to confirm more light, illumination, light the way for others, brilliant flashes of insight, no judgment or blame, making positive meanings. When you put yourself back up as number one on the list, if you have even reached number one on your list, you should always be number one on your list of priorities. You now have this light that you can see within you. You take yourself from a place where you're in darkness, you're not really seeing the possibilities of yourself, right? You're not seeing the sunshine that you are in your life and in the life of others. But now that you are putting yourself as the main priority, you now are a leader, and a leader is going to do so by example. So now you're lighting up the way for other people. Once you have this knowing that you are this leader and you are accepting of being this leader that you were born to be, you now are a beacon of light for others. Other people are going to, want to know how was it that you made it through the things that you made it through in order to get to where you are in life. Once you elevate there, once you have gone through the initiation. So with this, you're also going to be having brilliant insights. You're going to be able to have other things come to you because now you're seeing things from a different perspective. There's more light lit on your path. So now you're going to have more ideas of what to do to bring in the money that you're looking for, to bring in the lifestyle that you're looking for, to bring you into the environments that you're looking to be in. That's a beautiful thing. Doing these things lead to you having prosperity, abundance, health, energy, love, gifts, money, meaningful work, and miracles. I mean, that's so beautiful. You are so talented. You have so much to give, and the world is in need of the medicine that is you. They are in need of your perspective on things. They are in need of your energy. They are in need of you leading by example. The things that you're going to be doing in your life now that you're cutting out the things that no longer serve you and grow you are going to bring you into this beautiful space of prosperity and abundance, which is your birthright. So, what is your dream? What is your dream? Write it down. Visualize it. Don't let it be a dream that you wake up from, you're like, I can't remember it. I'm not talking about that kind of dream. I'm not talking about this nighttime kind of quick, jump into a different dimension or into different galaxies or across the veil. I'm talking about your dreams, things that you could visualize in your waking time. But it's a dream because it has not happened yet in this moment for you. But if you can visualize it, if you can keep that visualization, take that dream that you have, write it down on paper because now it's going to become a goal of yours, and it'll be something that you can accomplish. Put a date by it of when you would like to see this happen. So that way you can put this energy out into the universe and then make it come to fruition. So I was wondering about what spiritual powers you viewers from Pile One have. So I pulled some cards on that, and um, it seems that you have the ability to see energy. So you can see auras, which is just wow. It's just so wow. That's beautiful. So you have an empathic nature. You're able to pick up on people's energy. Some of you might actually be able to visually see the different color auras surrounding people, so it's like you are just able to feel this energy. It doesn't matter what it is that you do. This is your gift. And sometimes it's kind of hard to turn it off, but it is a beautiful thing because you as a leader can see, if you're leading other people, if you have a team of people that you work with, um, you're able to see where the energy is going at that current moment. And you, being the person who is an illuminator, a light bringer, you're able to increase the energy, increase the vibration. That's such a beautiful thing that you have. You have these beautiful abilities within you. You affect people, like if you're not in a good mood, you can affect everybody else around you and they become in a bad mood. But if you're in a good mood, you also affect other people and you help raise their spirits, help raise their energy, help raise their vibration, help them expand their frequencies. So you are very gifted. It's a beautiful, beautiful gift to have. Also, water. I feel like y'all are, just people who are soothed by water, like you like to be around water, you like to go to the beach, or you like to go to the pool or the lake and over by rivers. You just feel a sense of calm, a connection, to it. Like you may have even had a past life where you were an Atlantean, you lived in Atlantis and you were a person who was brought in as an entertainer or as a guru to help influence people and have the energy be high, have morale be high. And you can also do that now, help people again with their energy, with their vibration, with their frequency. You're a person who is able to control the tides of their emotions, so you can come in strong like a storm or you can just, just be calm like just beautiful lapping waves coming in. You have the power to control what is happening around you by controlling what is happening within you. So I'll pull some tarot to see, more so like what is it that we're doing here with this cord cutting? How can it uh, help you? How can these changes help you? And again, now we're back to water. So we have the Son of Water. And this, in essence, is talking about your charm, your sensuality, the attraction. You have a magnetism about you, also a sensitivity, tenderness, and creativity. And you also have, at times, moodiness. But again, since your water, water has all of those qualities about it, whether it could be stormy or calm or just in the middle, you have that. So you have the ability to learn and to create, and you are now becoming more aware of your impact upon others. And That's just such a beautiful thing. You can use your abilities either for good or for bad. So with this card coming here, it's talking about you being wise enough to consider others' welfare too. Use your intuitive gifts compassionately. And when you do so, you're going to find out that this benefits you the most because when you are compassionate towards others, that also means that you have the capacity to be compassionate towards yourself. And that's something that you should always be is compassionate towards yourself. Next, we have the star, which is a major arcana, and it's talking about beauty and grace and inspiration, generosity, patience, receptivity, openness, a flowing energy, harmony, contentment, gratitude. Again, more things that we have been speaking about here in this reading. It's just more confirmation. The ability to give is a gift from the divine, and that is something that you have. You have the ability to help pour out this beauty within you, to be this person who lights the way, who is just a beautiful person. I could just tell. I could tell already that you're a beautiful person. I just know it. I feel it deep in my heart. And it's beautiful. It's so beautiful. You have this immense amount of wealth within you, this power of giving and sharing. It flows through you. You're able to touch others, whether it's physically, spiritually, emotionally, you are able to do that. People are vibrating towards you, they're pulled towards you, they're attracted to you. You are a shining star. So don't ever be afraid to shine like the star that you are. You are a natural born leader. And you step into that role by taking care of yourself, by having compassion, by making sure that you're eating well, by making sure that you're hydrated, by making sure that you're resting, by making sure that you are meditating, by making sure that you are taking time out to exercise and to do the best things for yourself and making sure that you stay a priority, the number one priority in your life. Now, next we have the Hermit card, which is also which is also a major arcana. That's what my thought was. Excuse me, I got lost in the sauce for a moment, right? So, this one here is also talking about like meditation. It's time for you to go in. It's time for you to have some silence. It's time for you to retreat. It's time for you to be by yourself, right? So that way you can remember who you are. You are the star. You are this beautiful being that is illuminating the way for others. You are very much needed here on the earth. There are people who are waiting for you to realize how strong you are, how beautiful you are, how much you can change someone else's life for the better. You have that ability. You have the ability to first and foremost be the person to change your life for the better. And sometimes that means going inward. Sometimes that means being quiet. Sometimes that means turning off the TV. Sometimes that means getting away from social media. Sometimes that means going out for a walk or just doing something where you have peace and quiet. I'm not saying that you have to sit with your legs all crossed and be uncomfortable and try to just drown out your thoughts and stuff. That's not what I'm talking about in terms of meditating. Meditating is just making yourself that priority, giving yourself the quiet that you need so that way you can focus on finding the answers within because you are equipped with everything that you need to be the success that you want to be. There's nothing stopping you. You are beautiful inside and out. And it's time for you to recognize that. It's time for you to disengage and turn inward. Turn inward. You have the answers within you. You're able to do this cord cutting quite easily. Okay, not easily. That's the wrong word. That's not what's coming through. You are able to do this and you know and you are quick to be able to identify what things that you need to cut out from your life. You have to make the decision to become the leader of your life to walk in your power. And that is something that you have to do inwardly, first and foremost, because from the heart's abundance, the mouth speaks. So, what it is that you believe on the inside, what it is that you are on the inside, is what is portrayed. It's the way that you talk, and that is the way that you act, and that is what you're going to be calling towards you. Next, we have the father of fire. And this is talking about a charismatic visionary. You, a person with great willpower, intensity, a pioneer. You're striving for freedom, someone who is bold, someone who takes action, someone who is motivated. But at times, this can also be somebody who is impatient and hasty, thoughtless. So instead of you doing the things that were not serving you, the impatience is not serving you. You is being hasty, jumping into things without really thinking things through. You speaking sometimes without thinking things through. These are things that need to be cut out. So that way you can definitely do what it is that you're supposed to do. You can use your talents. You can inspire others. You can now have this flaming energy to be able to bring in these new and wondrous ideas, these creative outlets. You can boldly go and start building this enterprise that you have within you. Build this business that you have within you. Go for that position that you feel that you have the skill set to move forward and do. You have that power within you to be and do and have what it is that you want. Next card up is the shaman, and this is talking about wisdom, transcendence, intuition, a deep knowing of like underlying forces. Like it's in connection with the hermit card, it's talking about somebody who knows themselves, somebody who has gone inside, somebody who has these extra sensory perceptions and this vision. You're able to see stuff. You have like these supernatural talents, these otherworldliness about you, with you being able to read energy and also manipulate energy. That is something that's very spiritual. So it is time for you to go in on that journey, for you to trust. Trust the progress that you are making once you make the decision to leave behind the things that are no longer serving you. It's just you have so much spirituality within you. You have so much power within you. You have this inheritance of this spirituality. Your inheritance is for you to be prosperous and abundant, to have love, joy, peace, happiness, riches, success, and balance within your life. And when you take the time to eliminate the things in your life that don't grow you and serve you, you now put yourself in a great space to receive spiritual insight, to receive this knowing, to be able to manipulate energy in a way that's going to build and to grow you. Next up is the Three of Earth. Again, here we go. Growth. This is talking exactly about that. It's about being productive. It's about enhanced creativity, patience, and vigilance. Like, just need to keep honest. Like, there's a breakthrough coming. You see how how the plant is growing out of the seed, had to push through the shell, had to go through discomfort. It had to go and be buried in the dirt, be in the darkness, be by itself. So that way what was on the inside could be produced and pushed to the outside. So, you know, time to celebrate yourself. It's time to celebrate the work that you have done. Time to be happy about the progress and the great accomplishments that you have made. And if you don't feel that you're at a place where you can celebrate yourself just yet, then definitely go internal and do the meditation. Start taking care of yourself. Start putting yourself as that number one priority so that way you can celebrate your growth. Next up is Daughter of Air. And this is talking about self liberation, emancipation, like a freedom loving spirit. This is also talking about the awakening of your intuition, and it's tuning into your inner power, So that way you could distinguish between thoughts that are just crammed into your mind and actually listening into your inner gut. Your gut has like its own mind. Very interesting. I don't know if you guys want to look it up on Google or something, but the stomach has its own like mindset up there. I don't really know how to explain it. I've seen it before, had it explained to me, but I can't express it in words. So if that's something that you want to look up, you know, your gut feeling is always spot on. When you discount your intuition, you put yourself into bad situations. But with you going inward and learning about who you are and seeing your power and looking at things through the eyes of Holy Spirit, sometimes it's great to pray for the Holy Spirit to pray through you, right? That's something that I do. I ask for Holy Spirit to pray through me because I see that sometimes I'm asking for stuff and I kind of already know that God and the universe know this is what I want because I have already put it out there. But to receive the answers as to how to make these things come to fruition for me, I ask for Holy Spirit to pray through me. And I'm quiet so that way I can hear what it is that God, the divine, the omni creator, source, God, Goddess, whoever you refer to, Buddha, I'm not sure of all the names of the different gods, so I'm not going to put that out there, but whoever it is that you see as your source is going to be something that's going to help you. So definitely you have it within you to be sovereign, for you to have freedom over your life in every way, in every aspect of your life. You have that within you, but you have to take the time to go inward and reflect. Next comes up the judgment card, and it is time for you to understand that no one else's thoughts about you matter. What you think about yourself is the most important thing. Like when I was little, I didn't understand when older people would tell me, people's thoughts of you are none of your business. And I was like, what do you mean? Like, I'm so hurt that this person doesn't think I'm funny, or I'm so hurt that this person doesn't like me. I'm so hurt. But as I have grown and matured and come into realization of who I am as a person, as a woman, as a mother, as a sister, as a daughter, as a friend, cousin, all the different hats that I wear, I know that no one else's thoughts about me matter, and I won't let any outside influences ever discredit who it is that I am because I know that I was born to be a leader, just like you. The Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is a person that has mastery over their emotions. So it doesn't matter whether you are male or female. This is talking about you being able to go deep into your emotions and to be able to go deep into yourself. Take that time to reflect. Take that time to see who you are, to plan out what it is that you want to do, be, and have. You can do that when you go inward. And at times you will be in the hangman position where you feel that there is a stagnancy in your life. Once you start making these changes and implementing things that are good for you, that doesn't mean that everything's going to go smoothly in your life. That's not the case because we're not here to just have a boring and bland, predictable life. Life has the ups and the downs. And at times you are put on pause. And when you are put on pause, when you feel like you're not making any headway, it is time to go inward. It is time to surrender. Once you have already put out your intentions and your wishes out into the universe, Sometimes you have to surrender that over. When I used to go to church, they just used to say, when you have a problem and you hand it over to God, leave it in God's hand. Don't come and pick it back up. This is where you're at right now. You will find yourself at that place where you feel like you're not making any headway. And that is the time when you just surrender. You surrender to the unfolding of your manifestations of what it is that you want to have come through for yourself. And it is also time for inward reflection. The Six of Pentacles is a great thing. This is talking about working together, and bringing things together. It's about having, it's about being able to give. You have this beauty within you, have enough to spread around. Once you have put yourself as that priority, once you are taking care of yourself, you now have more than enough to give. And you being able to give is not from you giving from a place where you are depleted, because now your cups are full, right? You already are the queen of cups, so your cup is most definitely full and it's replenished. It's not going to be empty. So you can now give of yourself. You can be medicine to other people, light to other people, a way short to other people, and this will also help you bring beautiful things into your life. So that's a beautiful card to come up. I knew this was going to come up on this reading. Strength. You are so strong. You are so strong physically, mentally, emotionally. And with this here, it's bringing to mind that you also have to realize that your strength is a beautiful thing, but if you are not taking care of yourself, you will deplete that strength. It's like what I'm seeing in my mind is you're doing something and you're going at it full force, right? You're going at it full force and you're going 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 and you gave it your all. And instead of pacing yourself and putting through the proper pressure on what it was that you needed to do, you burnt yourself out. Like you're at a time now where you have burnt this strength out, and this is what you need to stop doing. This is what you need to cut cords with in order for you to build up the momentum that you need to keep going. This is not a sprint, it is a marathon. Okay, maybe I have that backwards, but it's not something that you're just gonna jump into. This is something that you're going to be doing lifelong. This is a lifelong process for you. You having and finding balance in your life, taking care of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually is something that you need to do, and it builds strength, and it also takes strength for you to build this up within you. But you, as being the leader, you already have that within you. You know it. The Four of Pentacles. Your hard work does pay off. Your financial goals are going to be achieved. Whether because you're committed to your savings. You can squirrel away your money, just like in the picture. No pun intended, but you know, this is showing that there needs to be a give and a take. It's not just take, 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 but a give and a take. So give yourself the time that you need. Take the time for yourself to meditate, to go for walks, to be one with nature, to take care of yourself, to eat well, to do well in your life. And that way you can find balance. This also is talking about getting out of your comfort zone. So if you're comfortable just Netflixing and chilling all the time, or just not cooking for yourself, not taking time out for yourself, it is time to break out of that pattern and to get uncomfortable doing stuff that is actually going to grow you and mature you. Next, we have up the Nine of Cups, and that is just beautiful. This here is just like the butterfly is what's really standing out for me here. And the butterfly has to go through so much, right? It starts as a caterpillar, then it builds up its chrysalis, and it has to stay in there, and then it has to struggle and break out. And if anything was to come in and stop that process, the butterfly would not be able to fly because through the struggle it sheds the mucus that is on its wings, making it possible for it to fly, for it to not to be too heavy, would not be able to move if it did not go through the uncomfortable stages of life. So again, it's time to get uncomfortable so that way you can have the life that you want. It's time for you to leave behind the things that don't serve or grow you. It's time to leave behind the mindsets that don't help and grow you. So it's not going to be a transition period that's going to be easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But also, it would not mean as much when you move forward in your life. When you go through this journey of being able to balance yourself emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically, you feel better for it. You learn lessons, and it helps you become this leader that you were meant to be. Next up is the Seven of Wands, and this here is a honey badger. I thought it was a skunk, but it's not. So a honey badger is a force to be reckoned with, and this is talking about hostile environments, going back to whether it is the place that you live that is not conducive to your growth, or the place that you are working at, or the people that you are being around. You know, what environments are you in? What it is that you need to work on to remove yourself from this situation without causing harm to yourself or to anyone else. It's about working together. So when you work in accordance to fulfill your dreams and your goals, you're able to do that. So the seven of wands is talking about that energy of being able to focus and put effort and coordinated attention, so that way you come up with a plan that leads to a very positive outcome. Next, we have the Queen of Swords, and this is talking about making a decision and doing it with a sense of urgency. Like this here is a wolf, right? And if the wolf does not act, like when it's following its prey, right? When it's trying to get something to eat, if it does not act at the right time, does not pounce and start going forth, it's not going to get anything to eat, right? It's going to be in lack. This is talking about you not being in lack. This is talking about you having a sense of urgency to cut out the things in your life that are not growing you. You know what they are. We've already talked about them. It's time to be swift. It's time to take action. So our last card is the Five of Cups. Now this is a capybara. Okay, because I was about to get it wrong. I was about to call it some other animal, right? And we see here that her friend is passed on. So with the Five of Cups, it's talking about cutting your losses, but also seeing that there are other options for you available to you, right? There's still these two cups right here that are full of potential. That means that you have options, you have opportunities coming to you. So once you cut away the things that don't grow you, the things that are killing you, that not eating correctly, having a bad diet, having, you know, um, poor hygiene, not to say that y'all smell or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying hygiene in keeping your houses clean and orderly, keeping your car clean and orderly, keeping your work area clean and orderly, being able to have everything together the way that you need to, sitting down, meditating, writing out your goals, visualizing, being the person that you know that you can be. Be like that capybara that's headed out into the water and looking forward and leaving behind the things that no longer grow her or cannot move forward with her. There's things, people, and places, mindsets that are killing you. There's habits that you have that are killing you. Do you smoke? Do you drink excessively? I'm not shaming anybody or anything for what they do. You know what it is that you do that is not healthy for you. when you make the concerted effort to turn away from your old self and to turn away from the things that no longer grow you, and you can sit down and visualize what it is that you want to do, sit down and write down on paper what it is that you would like to achieve and how you can move forward, then you're going to be headed in the right direction out into the open where you will receive these opportunities, where you will grow, where you will blossom, where you will be this light, where you will be this illumination, where you will be medicine and the leader to other people. So you have so many beautiful things coming towards you. Make the decision that you want to have the best life possible. And once you make that decision, trust your progress, trust the process. Have trust, have faith. I hope that this reading was informative to you. And if it is something that resonates with you, please go ahead and leave me a comment. I would love to read them. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and share. And thank you so much for watching this video on cord cutting. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Hello, my love. Pick pile 2 on what should you be cutting cords with. And I meant to preface this reading by saying for you to hold a question in your mind because I open each one of my readings up with divination by dice. And high energy, high vibrations, we're about to expand our frequencies. Thank you for joining me for this reading, my loves, my divinities. I'm so happy to have you here. This is pile 2 for cord cutting. What would you benefit from cutting out of your lives? Which cords need to be cut so that way you can live the most beautiful life possible? So I start out each one of my readings with doing divination by dice, and that gives you a keyword and yes or no answer to a question, an affirmation, also information as how this reading affects you on a physical and spiritual plane. And there also is information about gemstones that will help aid you with this cord cutting or to aid you with moving forward in your life. So let's go ahead and dive in. So for pile 2, the dice rolled was 5 plus 6. The key word is visualization. The answers to the question you're thinking is no. And the affirmation is when I can imagine it in my life, it will soon be a real part of my life. Now, on a physical plane, casting 5 plus 6 signifies that you must have a clear picture of what you wish in your mind's eye, imagining that you already have or are in the career that you desire, the relationship you want, the affluence you desire. This is a powerful combination that supports your ultimate dreams. Your mind must be engaged and convinced that what you seek is already a comfortable aspect of your life. This is why some people place a photo of the object or vacation spot they wish to have so the mind can capture it. The clearer your picture, the more likely you will bring that reality into your life. The more vibrant your visualization, the quicker it will manifest. On a spiritual perspective, excuse me, our mind knows a little difference between waking and sleeping. It experiences both with the same emotional and mental engagement. Our dreams, however, allow us to delve into areas not permissible in our current material earth plane state. We can break rules and live multiple fantasies. Lucid dreamers are able to direct their dreaming state towards adventures and obtaining answers to perplexing problems. Visualization asks you to stretch your mind into a great expansive scope. Decide that wealth is much more than the amount of your paycheck. Instead, imagine a way of life where choice, comfort, love, contentment are a natural experience of your day. Look forward to the moment where you relive the adventure of this moment in a fulfilling reality. Your story is always about how you aligned yourself with your greatest and most authentic self. Each lifetime, we decide how much we will suffer or celebrate that life. The most genuine life embodies compassion, capacity, and comprehension. It is the journey and the ever changing destination of that journey. Your potential is unique and precious, and you are the one who determines your life. Dream larger than you ever dared and grasp your potential completely. The gemstone for this dice roll is amethyst. Now, the healing uses of amethyst is blood cleansing, calming, emotional balance, general healing, physical detoxification, remembering dreams, stimulating, boosting production of hormones, decision making, enhancement of memory, motivation, protection, sobriety, and tranquilization. It is also used for ailments that are like addictions, nightmares, stress, insomnia, and pain. It is associated with the body part of the circulatory system. It is also associated with the crown chakra and third eye chakra. And the following astrology also benefits from using this gemstone. So if you are an Aquarius, Capricorn, Pisces, or Virgo, you could benefit from using amethyst. It is also associated with the tarot cards of Temperance and the Wheel of Fortune, and it does come in a variety of colors. Well, let's see what it is that you can use help with, or what it is that you can cut out of your life, what cords need to be cut. And like pile one, which is amazing to me, the first card is the same card. It's talking about career transition. It says your soul is yearning for a career aligned with passion and purpose. What is it that you're doing, that you're not feeling fulfilled? Like, what is it what line of work are you in? And think about, why are you in this line of work? Are you in this line of work just because you want to make a lot of money, but this doesn't mean anything to you, doesn't motivate you, you don't feel energized when you think about it, you don't feel excited when you're waking up to get ready to go to this job? Do you have a career instead of a job, or are you just going and doing the regular grind at a just over broke, job? What is it that you're doing? Because what it is not fulfilling you. You have to let go of something that is just not aligned with the person that you envision yourself to be. So whether this means that you have grown or outgrown a position that you're in currently and you're looking to move up, then advice would be to get a mentor, take on a coach, take a course, go back to school, or even start putting in resumes. Start putting in applications, update your resume, look for something different, do research on different fields of work. If you are in the banking industry and it doesn't float your boat anymore, maybe real estate is more up your alley. If you're working retail and you're like a very giving and caring person, maybe healthcare is more up your alley. If you're a person who is just working in a place that you feel unfulfilled, but you see that people are coming to you constantly, they like to speak to you, they like to be around you, they come and ask you your thoughts on things. Maybe you would be a great counselor. There is time for you to reevaluate where you are in your life and what you would like to have happen, in terms of how you bring in money to take care of yourself, your family, your loved ones, your wants, and your needs. I see that a lot of you are getting signs. Like right now, as I'm recording, we're at 1 hour and 11 minutes. So 111. That was one of the first angel numbers that I had saw. 11, 11, 10, 10, 12, 12. You know, any repeating numbers, not to say that those are the only angel numbers, but there will be numbers that are constantly grabbing your attention. When I first started tapping into my spirituality, the first number that I realized that was following me for a very long time was the combination of the numbers 3, 5, and 8. And for me, that has a lot of significance because those numbers keep equaling up to, well, 3 and 5 equals 8. So I like the flow of it. But it speaks about abundance and bringing in abundance by using your spiritual gifts to help you create that abundance, to help you create a fulfilling career, to help you do what you want to do and have that be in alignment with your soul mission and your life purpose. So pay attention to these signs. There are your angels trying to deliver a message. Pay attention. The universe is communicating with you. So whether it's angel numbers or you just keep seeing the same things pop up over and over, um, listen to this or pay attention to this because it is the spirit. Spirit is communicating with you. It's trying to show you the way or trying to tell you, hey, the way that you're going is not the right way. You will know when you get into a place where you can meditate, where you can have a focus and have a feeling of knowing that spirit is all around you, that your angels are there with you. You have your birth angel that's with you since birth, and watches out for you. You have your guardian angels who also watch out for you. Then there are the angels of the different realms, so whether you have cherubs that are watching over you or you have archangels that are watching over you, you know, always know that you are not alone, that spirit loves you, and that uh, as you need and as you want, you have this available to you for you to tap in, for you to receive answers as to how to make your life the life that you want, the one that you envision for yourself. So, what I see for this deck so far is making decisions as to what is going to bring you the best um, way of making a living. Truth seeker, you are a seeker of truth, right? Like I get the sense that you have extrasensory perception, like you're very sensitive to things. Like you can feel the different shifts in moods. You can feel energy about the places that you're walking into. Like you're a person that doesn't really like to have people touch on them too much or be too close in your bubble. I see like you have like a nice bubble of space. Like when I was little, I used to make sure that I was arm's length away from people because I could not take them physically touching on me. I would feel their emotions. I would feel what it is that they were thinking, seeing. Like I have that gift of just being able to take on people's emotions, so very empathic. So I feel like you guys have that also. But it's like you're hiding this ability from other people because you don't want to be looked at as strange. But the thing is, you need to cut hiding who you are out. That's a cord of, self-doubt, low self-esteem. This is holding you back from being the person that you want to be, the person that you were destined to be, who you came here to help. You can't help other people if you don't know who you are first, if you don't help yourself first. And one of the things that you really need to cut cords with is this need to hide your true self. You are needed. You as an individual are very important to this earth. The vibration and the frequency that you send out. There are other beings here, your soul family, that need you, that need to connect with you. But as long as you keep hiding who you truly are, you're hiding these talents and gifts, these spiritual gifts that you have, then, it's going to not let you move forward in your life. You're going to have more difficulty maintaining abundance and prosperity. It cuts you off from love and joy and peace and happiness, balance, the things that are our birthright to have, seeing that we are children of this universe, this divine and beautiful universe. It is our birthright to have and be all the things that this universe is. And if you keep hiding the truth of who you are, it's going to dim your light. You get lost in this cloud of blackness. Like, I feel like a lot of you suffer from depression. And another thing to cut cords with is this negative thinking. Like, your mindset is not taking you where you need to be. You're like in this repeating loop. I can see this loop keep playing over and over again. And you keep finding yourself in the same situation with different people. Like, you keep ending up the same, it's ending dating the same person in different people, if that makes sense to you. Like, they turn out to be just like the ex that you left, and they do the same things, and then it escalates and it gets worse, and it just keeps coming. It's like this loop of insanity because there's a lesson that is being taught to you, and you keep hiding from the truth of this lesson. And I see that a lot of you are not taking people for who they are. When someone is showing you who they are by their actions, you're not believing it. I see a lot of you are idealistic people who romanticize stuff. Like, you're just so wanting to be loved that you will forgo, and ignore the truths that are there. You're seeking the truth, but at the same time, you're blocking the truth from coming in because you refuse to believe what it is that you are seeing, that you are hearing, that you are feeling. And this is keeping you from being the person that you want to be, the person that you were destined to be. You are putting yourself through unnecessary cycles of pain and hurt because you won't let yourself realize the truth, You can't try to put the things that you were seeing and experiencing on, put it in the closet. Like, it's not, just gonna pile up to the point that it's gonna cause like an avalanche in your life, and then you're back at the bottom again. So that's something that you also need to cut cords with, is not believing what you know to be true. Cut cords with romanticizing things that are not what it is, that are not real, that are not reality. If you have somebody and they're not treating you well, you feel the need to constantly call them and check up on them and look at their phone and read their emails and be in their business and question and have a feeling of always being in the last place in this person's life. then the truth of the matter here, while you're seeking truth, the truth is that this is not a person that you need to be with. That's possibly why the answers to the question is no. Like this is not for you. So a lot of you need to cut cords with people that you are in romantic relationships with, or even platonic relationships with, or even family relationships. Just because a person is related to you by blood does not mean that they have good intentions for your life. Just because you've been friends with somebody does not mean that you are both traveling the same path or want the same things, or that this person is even adding anything to your life. What I'm seeing is that a lot of you are in a place where you're holding on to people whose seasons have ended in your life. You're trying to make these seasonal people permanent, and that is keeping you from being the person that you want to be. So when you take the time out to see the truth for yourself, realize that you are an intuitive person and you are in tune with spirit. And when you start to focus on your intuition, your gut feelings, then you can progress. But as long as you keep putting the truth of what you know, what you see, what you hear, what you feel out of sight and out of mind, you think that you're doing something good for yourself, but you're not. You're doing yourself a great disservice, because these things will stay in the back of your mind, and then they go from one relationship to the next relationship to the next relationship. This is how we get baggage in our life. So much of us, so many of us, myself included, are carrying baggage of past experience with families and spouses, significant others, friends. Just it's not something that can help you move forward, and it's coming to see the truth that these things are not growing you, they're hindering you, they're stifling you, they're keeping you from your true potential. When you make a decision to actually face the truth, believe the truth, and walk in the truth, then you start to have this light shining within you. And that helps you to become the person that you envision yourself to be and have the life you envision yourself to have. Blessing in disguise. Oh gosh, okay. Let's see what this one is about. It says you're being asked not to prejudge your current set of circumstances. So this job that you're at is not the right one for you. Like, it's not the one. It's not the one. If you have that gut feeling in you, it's not for you. You just be like, I don't really want to get up and go to work. I'm not excited to be here. I can't wait to clock out. You clock in and it's like 5 minutes later and you're like, oh my God, why is it not quitting time already? It's time for you to do something else. Like I said, this can be the blessing in disguise, right? You're sitting here at some place, or you're sitting at that job, you're at that desk, or you're at that register, you're standing, with a patient or a client, and you have the feeling like this is just not where you want to be. Listen to that feeling. And with that, then you can see that there is a blessing in disguise. There was a point in time where I was doing insurance. I was working as a health insurance agent and a life insurance agent. And not that it wasn't interesting work, I found it to be very interesting. I was in that industry for about 4 or 5 years. But there was just a time where I was just sitting in my office and I'm going over these policies and I'm just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to do this anymore. I feel stuck. I don't know what it is that I'm going to do. What is it that I'm going to do? God help me, Spirit help me, my angels help me, you know. And I started to see more synchronicities, more angel numbers coming up, like when I was on my way driving to work and on my way back. And I was just like, there's something I have to do. And I was just like, I don't know if you guys know, but you can ask the spirit to speak to you in certain ways. Like I have the ability to see spirit and sometimes it's some scary stuff. So I have asked them to stop making themselves visible to me. I prefer for spirit to speak to me through social media, believe it or not, or just through printed materials. And a lot of times I get my answers through social media. It'll be like a video playing that, or something opened up to some page on some website. Like my phone will just be opened up to some website that I didn't even go to, but there will be the answer to my question. And when I was feeling stuck in the circumstances that I was in, it wasn't that it was a horrible place for me to be. It just was not in alignment with who I am, who I'm growing into, who I am destined to be. So during that time, I was praying and meditating as to what can I do that will give me fulfillment. And lo and behold, I'm on Facebook one day and this lady is doing a video and she's talking about that she's a mentor and a coach. And she was giving her experience and her story. And what she was speaking about resonated with me so deeply uh, that I was like, well, I have to keep listening to what this woman is talking about. And she was, explaining how uh, things in her life needed to change. She wasn't making the money that she needed. She was stressed out. She wasn't able to spend time with her children and do the things that she wanted to do. Her marriage was suffering, and it just was so much stress on her as a person. Until she herself got herself a mentor and, started to apply the things that she was learning in order to get herself into a position where she can now work from home and have her own business and help other women and other people to progress and to grow and to do the things that they want to do. So I was able to find myself a coach and a mentor to help me get to a place where I am now happy doing what it is that I do, and that is being a spiritual advisor, offering spiritual guidance, offering intuitive readings and tarot and oracle card readings and divination by dice or performing rituals and doing classes, teaching people of how to get in touch with their spirituality, So my being in a situation that I did not like ended up being a blessing in disguise. So it's not to say I'm not going and telling y'all go ahead and go quit your job tomorrow or right this moment or anything. What it is that I am being told by Spirit to help you to understand is that it is necessary for you to cut the cord with thinking that everything bad in life is happening to you. And that's not the case. There's things that are happening for you. This situation that you are in, this circumstance that you find yourself in is pushing you to make a decision to do something different with your life, to put out into the universe for you to be able to meet people who will encourage you to uplift you. Like in the morning, one of my mantras that I say when I'm practicing what I call mirror magic, where I say positive affirmations into the mirror to get my day off to a great start, is that I am a blessing to everyone I meet, and everyone I meet is a blessing to me. And that is maybe a mindset that you can adapt for yourself, so that way you can have the universe put you in a position where you start to meet the right people who are going to lead you to do the right things, who are going to help you connect with the right situations and the right mindset, which for me ended up being this lady that is my coach now, my mentor. And now I have met other women who are like me, who are trying to progress in their life and have a constant fulfillment on a daily basis in their life to be able to take care of themselves and their families the way that they wish, so that is something that is possible for you. Kindred Souls is the next card coming up, and this is talking about experiencing changes in your relationships and your friendships, which gives further confirmation to the cord cutting that you're doing is to let go of people and relationships that cannot grow with you anymore, right? Not making the seasonal into a permanent, knowing when the time for certain relationships have ended or when there needs to be boundaries put into relationships, because I'm not saying for you to just be this hermited kind of person and not speak to anybody, or to feel that other people are to blame for everything that's going on in your life, because that's not what I'm saying. You do have a responsibility over your life. You are responsible over your life, over the way that you react to things, over the situations that you find yourself in. You have a responsibility, you have power. But with you realizing that there are some people in your life that are not going to ever be able to grow with you because their season in your life is over, you make this space now to receive these kindred souls, right? These people that are your soul family, these people that are going to be a blessing to you and that you will be a blessing too. And it's going to open up so many opportunities to you. Next up is true love. How beautiful is that, right? So once you let go of these seasonal people, these people have already hit that limit in your life. You have now opened up the space to receive love, whether it is a love of a romantic sort or love of family and friends, or a love for what it is that you are now doing in terms of your career, in terms of where you live, in terms of your mindset, in terms of just how you feel about yourself as a person. When you now look into the mirror, you are now looking at yourself in the purest sense, when you have this unconditional love for yourself because you stood up for yourself, you took responsibility for yourself, you are now walking in your power. Another thing that I do in the morning is call my power back to me. I call my power back to me because during the day, seeing that we're part of this universe, we are all tied into each other and tied into everything. And there becomes times where sometimes you unknowingly give your power away, where others around you they absorb it. Or you could be a person that, has such a beauty and light inside of them that people want to be around you, but you find yourself being around energy vampires. You find yourself being around people who are just sucking the life out of you. And it is necessary for you to stand in your power and call back that power and walk in that power that lets you have this true love for yourself and find those who will love you truly, who will give you a genuine love, who will be uplifting to you, So this is not just romantic love. This is love of self, love of family, love of friends, and a partner or, partners, if that's what you're into, no judgment. Do what you want to do. But here we go. Oh, positive vibes, right? So staying in a high vibrational frequency, this helps you to attract what it is that you want. A lot of people believe in the law of attraction. And in order to attract something, you have to partake in the give and the take, right? It can't just be you giving, 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 giving all the time. Neither can it just be you receiving all the time, just receiving and thinking that everybody and everything in this world owes you something, just because you're here. You owe it to yourself to open your heart, to have unconditional love of yourself, to speak life and love over yourself, your family, for those who you do care for those who are coming with you on this journey of life to have and reach this potential. So, good ways to raise your vibration and have positive vibes is to meditate, to take time to go inward and to see where you are, to understand why you are in the positions that you're in, to take responsibility for you being in those positions, and for you to be able to connect with spirit and ask for guidance as to how to move forward to accomplish your life purpose, your soul mission. You know, another way for you to do that is to exercise, to eat well, to keep hydrated, to listen to uplifting music, to listen to um, what is it, binaural beats or just certain frequencies of music where you can find them on YouTube. There's a lot of videos. I like to listen to different ones depending on what it is that I need. But if I need something to lift my vibrations, then I'll look for a video that has a specific hertz and let that play as I'm falling asleep and while I'm asleep so that way I wake up refreshed and feeling better. This is something that you can do. Um, you can also censor yourself, right? So censoring, it says here, is the final step before manifesting, understanding the past and coming full circle. So when you take the time to meditate, take the time out to see what in your life is growing you and what in your life has stopped growing with you and can no longer stay in your life because it is now becoming um, a hindrance to your growth. When you could take the time to take that in, and then you also take in the time to take responsibility for yourself, full responsibility for yourself, you now become centered. You can also go outside and ground, put your feet in some dirt, walk around barefoot on the grass, or, go by some water, put your hands and your feet in the water. Um, there's so many things that you can do connecting and being one with your spirit and being one with this power within you to center yourself. The number 9 talks about completion, like in numerology, it's like those final steps before you are just totally done with this lesson or this stage or this initiation of a stage in your life. So you're able to do that. You're able to have what you want. You have it within you. Call your power back to you. Stop letting tape, stop letting situations and people take from you what is yours. Next, we have stand tall. 11. 11 denotes like two pillars. You see these lines of pillars, right? It's talking about strength and structure and security and having your back. Like, I think of the number 11 as security, just upliftment, encouragement, right? Your personal values. It's saying here, be the bigger person, right? But be the bigger person in your life. It's not always saying like, let people slight you or come and talk to you sideways. That's not what I'm getting through the interpretation of this card. It's talking about being the bigger person in your life and really taking responsibility for yourself. Again, that keeps just coming up is your responsibility for yourself. Do the right thing for yourself. Stop worrying about whether, oh, my girlfriend's going to be mad. She's not going to be able to live without me. My boyfriend's going to be mad. He's not going to be able to live without me. Without me, they're not going to be able to do blah, blah, blah. I don't know your life like that, so I can't go ahead and go into details because this is a general reading for thousands of people. But you know what it is that I'm talking about. You know where it is that you need to stand up for yourself and stop letting other people, places, and things dump on you. to dim your light. Having all this weight upon your shoulders that is not your responsibility will keep you from being able to stand tall. Because when we're bogged down with other people's problems and take them on as if they are ours, you're doing yourself a disservice and you're also doing that other person a disservice. When we make things too easy for other people, they fail to learn the lesson that the universe has sent out for them to learn. And now they have to relearn it. And the next time they have to relearn it, it's going to be more difficult. And that's the same thing that's happening with you. You're learning these lessons over and over again. And each time they get increasingly difficult. And it's time for you to stand tall and do what is right. Tell the truth to yourself. Take the high road, take the road that's going to get you to where you need to go. Next, we have commitment. It says commitment encourages love and fellowship in your relationship and with those to whom you are loyal. Loyalty is where the magic lies. And in this reading, it's coming up that there's a cord cutting that needs to be done with this loyalty to people who do not deserve your loyalty. This person that you have in mind makes you question where you stand with them, where you will move forward in your life with them, or if you're going to be able to move forward in your life with them. It's just not there. The commitment to the relationship is not there. Or maybe it is that you no longer are interested in this person being in your life. You're no longer interested in working at this job. You're not interested in the situation that you are in anymore. And you have every right to outgrow something, outgrow someone, outgrow a mindset. Growth is something that we cannot stop. Change is something that we cannot stop. There's always going to be changes happening in our lives. Where do you stand up for yourself to do the things that you know are right for you, regardless of how other people feel about it? I'm not telling you to go out there and be an a-hole or anything like that to nobody. That's, not what it is that's coming across. What is coming across as being channeled is that you owe yourself a commitment first. If you cannot be loyal to yourself, you cannot be loyal to anybody else. So for as much as you might be like, oh, but I really love this person and they really love me, how do you have love without loyalty to yourself first? How do you really think that you can love somebody else if you're not loving you? Where is your loyalty to yourself? That's something for you to sit and think about. This is something that you really keep coming to a crossroads at. Like, where do you fall in the line of your priorities? Are you a priority in your life? Do your feelings even matter to you? You're looking for her, you're looking for him to validate you as a person, to make you feel good, to make you happy, to make you this, to make you that. You are the main point here. It's all about you. Are you committed to you? Do you love you unconditionally? Do you do the things for yourself that you want other people to do for you? It's not fair to put that kind of pressure on somebody else to try to make you happy because they can't make you happy. You can share happiness with a person, but a person cannot make you happy. Happiness is a choice within yourself. Do you strive daily to make yourself happy? To have a good relationship, to be loyal to yourself, to stand tall in your truth, to center yourself. Just a thought to put out there. What is it that you're doing? If you're not doing these things, then you need to cut cords with the mindset of putting your happiness last, with you not being a priority in your life, without you not being loyal to yourself, you not being committed to yourself. Those are things that need to be cut away. Those are cords that need to be cut. Now, I pulled some cards to see what spiritual powers you have because I do feel like this group too is also spiritually inclined and that you do have powers. And what came up is you have the ability of clairaudience, which is you can hear clearly voices or sounds from the spirit realm, right? So a lot of you have an birth angel that is also your guardian angel, and you're able to hear stuff like a lot of you are experiencing the ringing in your ear or both ears, right? And I'm not gonna say that I'm not a doctor, so don't take this as me giving you medical advice, okay? If you feel like the ringing in your ears is too frequent, too often, and interfering with your life, go see an ear, nose, and throat specialist because you might have tinnitus, or I think that's what it's called, or there might just be something wrong with your hearing. But if it's just um, every now and again you get this ringing in your ear, that is spirit talking to you, right? So a lot of you can actually hear spirit speak to you. So you guys are the channelers and the mediums. So that is a gift that you may have. So this is a wonderful gift, to have because it can provide healing and comfort and closure to those who would like to hear messages from spirit and from their passed on loved ones. And if you have that ability, then I would um, encourage you to expand on that and to delve into that power deeper, to learn more about it and to be able to get even deeper into hearing what spirit has to say. Open up your mind, open up your third eye, open up your crown chakra to receive these messages, go into meditation and sit with the amethyst, in your hand, in the hand that you in your non-dominant hand, right? Because of like the hand that you don't write with. So put it in the hand that you don't write with, because the hand that you don't write with is your receiving hand, right? And the hand that you write with is your giving hand. That's the hand that's most powerful for the most part. For myself, I'm ambidextrous, so I don't really have one hand that I favor over the other, but I don't think that that's a very common occurrence. So depending on which hand you write with, which one you feel that you are more dominant with, use the less dominant hand. Hold that amethyst in while you're doing your meditation so that way you can invite in more Holy Spirit into your life and hear more of what the spiritual realms, the etheric realms have to say and channel through you. We also have a lot of empaths here. Again, like I was saying at the beginning of this reading, I feel like you guys can feel people's energy, and that is a blessing, and that sometimes it can be a little bit of a curse. It can be difficult to be out in public. It can be difficult to be around friends and family because you feel so much. You are so sensitive. But that is a gift to be able to do that. You're able to help people who are feeling down, to infuse them with this energy that you have, this high vibration that you have, this expanded frequency that you are, that you have within you. So, you're the one that everyone else comes to, right? Like the card took the words right out of my mouth. And, at times it can be depleting because, empaths also bring to them a lot of people who are energy vampires, who just want to take, 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 take. With having this ability of being empathic, it is so necessary for you to practice self-love. And sometimes that means not being around people, or sometimes that means, you know, when people start speaking to you, explain to them that you are not in the space to receive what it is that they're trying to impart to you. And you have every right to set boundaries with those who do come to you, because they are enthralled with your light. That's what I'm seeing. They're like a moth to a flame, or you might be the only light that they have ever encountered in their life so far. And you may be the only the light that they have ever, or that they will ever encounter. You understand? So it's very alluring to want to just take and keep being in this state where you feel a blissfulness and a euphoria, but it can be very draining for the empath themselves. So that's why it's very necessary to have a commitment to yourself, to be loyal to yourself, to have boundaries, to be centered, and to practice self-love, unconditional love for yourself. So one thing that you can cut out, a cord cutting that you can do, is to cut out not having boundaries. Boundaries are necessary. Boundaries show love. Boundaries show direction. Boundaries show that you are committed to yourself, that you stand tall, that you stand in your truth, that you are loyal to yourself. And when you show yourself that kind of love, then you are able to give that type of love out to others and not have it be draining and depleting to you, but for it to be in balance. And once you give out this energy, you also receive more energy from the universe because you are being in harmony and balance with the give and take. Now for the tarot, I like to pull tarot after I do oracle cards because oracle cards give you more of a broad view of the reading, and the tarot is more detailed. So the first card up is a Medicine Woman, and this talks about you being healing and having love for mankind. You being like a person that not only well, you have clairaudience in there. It's like you are a channeler, you are a visionary, you have clairvoyance also on top of that gift of clairaudience. So you're able to see what spirit has for you, or able to you have a wide range of intuitive gifts. That's the best way for me to express this medicine woman card. And it does not mean that you have to be a woman, but it means that you are medicine to some people. Like I said, like you are the only light that they have ever encountered in their life, or you are the light that they need at this moment. You are, to other people, this beautiful person that, is able to connect with spirit and connect with them physically, mentally, emotionally, and physically. At the same time, a medicine woman is a wise woman. She knows where to have boundaries and where not to. Next up is the Two of Fire. It's talking about will. This is your power, your clear focus. This is like positive action. This is the mastery of situations. So we had the card come up of blessings in disguise. So where do you put your focus? Is your focus on being centered, or you all over the place in your emotions? Are you know, becoming this person that you are not because you're trying to make somebody else who's in your life be something that they're not to you? You're trying to make this man or this woman be faithful to you, and that's not in their nature. That's not how they see you. That's not what they want to do in the relationship. But they're in a relationship with you because you are light and love and comforting to them, and you make them feel like good, but they're not willing to also do the same for you. This two here is about duality. Are you receiving what you are giving? Are you giving what you are receiving? You know, that's something that you need to take some time out and think about. Next, we have the mother of water, and this is talking about great empathy. Like a willingness and a readiness to help. Also speaking about the intuition, like you have intuitive powers, healing and clairvoyance, but with this here, she's holding two cups, right? But what I focus on is like this waterfall in the back behind her in this picture. And it's just like that waterfall has a never ending source, right? It has a source that keeps going, but it feels like you are putting yourself as a martyr. Like you keep putting yourself last and you are cut off from this ever refilling, fullness of this water in your cups. Your cups are empty. You're holding your cups up, but their cups are empty because you're putting everybody else before you. You're putting these relationships with these people who cannot grow with you anymore, these temporary situations, and trying to force them to be permanent. Trying to force a situation in a friendship or a relationship, a romantic situation to be more than what it is. Like you have the opportunity to have all of this love around you, like with the fish and the little sea critter. I think that's probably like an otter or something that's there in front of this woman on this card, right? You have that's like the universe saying to you, tell me what you want and match the vibration of what you want energetically, and I'll put you on the frequency to receive what it is that you're looking for. But you're so busy focusing on these two cups, but your cups are empty. You're not realizing all the opportunity that you have in front of you. And it's only when you see the truth of the relationship that you were in that you can finally see all of the bountiful abundance that is around you and all the options that you have. Next up is the Five of Earth, which is talking about insecurity. Again, I keep seeing it as, this is like negative thoughts, this is self abuse, this is self condemnation, this is martyrdom, this is fear of inadequacy, this is self pity, but this is also you being in a relationship with someone who makes you feel insecure. You shouldn't have to go through somebody's phone. You shouldn't have to be checking up on this person. You shouldn't be on their social media trying to see who they're talking to, who they like, what's going on. If you are not secure in your relationship, then it is not the right relationship for you. Sorry to tell you, you may not want to hear it, but it is what it is. When you get to that point where you accept the truth for what it is, right? The Seeker of Truth card had come up. Now we have the Nine of Earth, which is talking about accumulation. When you start to realize, you start to make moves, you start to change, you start to realize that you need a mentor or a coach. You need to change your mindset. You need to change where it is that you work. You need to get out of this relationship that you're in. You need to set boundaries for a relationship that you want to continue, but it's not going the way that you want. Or you just need to move on altogether. You now are making space to bring in the things that you want. You are now in the vibration of being able to gain the inheritance that you have, which is abundance, prosperity, love, joy, peace, happiness, good health, financial abundance, right? Money and wealth, riches coming into you, and also balance within each aspect of your life. When you start to show up for yourself, be committed to yourself, love yourself unconditionally, this Nine of Earth comes because, right, the nine again is talking about a completion, all of these steps that you had to go through in order to get to this area here, right, to this destination of having this accumulation of this abundance. Next up is the Six of Air, clarity. This is talking about, inner balance and the direct knowledge of yourself, Be clear on each person's position in your life, and you have the responsibility and the power to hire, demote, and fire people from different positions in your life. That is your power. That is your right. A lot of you are going through transformations. All cord cuttings require a transformation. So this is a process. It's like a rebirth. It's like shedding the past. It's letting go of these patterns, these old patterns, and these old values, these old mindsets, these old ways of being that are not of any use for you. They're not any good to you. They're not for you. It's so necessary for you to embrace this transformation. Like we see the carcass of a dead animal, right? So maybe that was the owl, right? That is laying there. I can't really tell. I'm not going to make any assumptions, but it's transforming from the physical realm into the spiritual realm. When you are going through these transformations, it's going to kill off in you old ways of thinking, old habits, bad associations. And if you would like to move forward in your life, if you would like to have a fulfilling life, if you would like to be at peace, to have, you know, the things that you want in your life, then the transformation is necessary. Letting go of the old things, and being renewed in mind, body, and soul is necessary. Next up, we have the Eight of Cups. And for me, this one here is always speaking about like a spiritual journey. This is like going and being uncomfortable and changing because the things that are behind you. Like this is a picture of a salmon and it is swimming upstream. That's what they do, in order to procreate and to live on, they have to go against the current. They have to get uncomfortable in order to fulfill their life purpose and to fulfill their mission, which is to procreate, but they have to do it against the stream. Now, I'm not saying that everything in your life should be difficult, and that's not what I'm saying at all. But there's going to be uncomfortable changes for you because a lot of us are comfortable being uncomfortable and think that that's a place that you're supposed to stay. That's not a place that you're supposed to dwell. This is talking about you moving forward on your spiritual journey and fulfilling your life purpose, your soul mission. We have the Four Cups. We're surrounded by gifts. Like it's like just like when I was talking about the mother of water, um, how that is, she was not seeing everything that was around her, or at least that's the channeled message that I was seeing when I saw that card, right? Here we have opportunities, and we just get distracted. It's necessary for you to now focus, center yourself, because you need to see what it is. Be aware that there are relationships in your life that need to come to an end or that need to take a different direction. You may not be spending as much time with your friend or your significant other or your family members because they are not people that are going to really grow with you in the path of where it is that you're headed. Next up, we have the Hangman. And this is talking about feeling stuck, right? But what this card always brings up for me is surrender. Once you see the truth and accept the truth, and you're putting in the effort to change, to bring in the changes that you want in your life, there will come a time where you feel like you're stagnant and nothing is moving. That is the time that you surrender. Surrender to letting the universe, God, Goddess, Source, the omnipresent, the omnicreator, whatever you refer to this higher being as, Let the changes unfold. Let the blessings unfold for you. You're going to start to see new things come into your life. You have to receive that. But there's a time to be still and surrender. And this is what this card is coming up and bringing up for me. Next up is the Justice card. And this is meaning that you're going to find justice in this situation. You know, there's always more than one story or more perspective that needs to be taken into consideration. So, you know, it's not just one single truth that's out there, but there's so many truths. But it's talking about like a need for balance, you know. Once you have that balance, you will have the outcome that you are seeking. You know, you'll have your emotions grounded. You will be mindful in everything that you do. You know, your emotions will be calm. You will see the situation for all the good that can come to you once you have made these changes. You know, the process of the changes is not always wonderful. You know, sometimes it's so difficult to be able to do these changes, but it's possible. You have the power within you to have the life that you envision for yourself, to have the love that you envision you having and sharing with another person or other people. Next up is the Five of Pentacles, and this here is like in the relationship that you are supposed to cut cords with, you feel like you are left out in the cold. And the truth is once you go inside within yourself and see the truth of the situation and take responsibility for the part that you have played in putting yourself into this situation, seeking guidance, you know, from a mentor, a coach, a spiritual advisor, and also from your spirit team, your angels, your ancestors, you will see that there is warmth inside. There is a way for you to make a way for yourself. The Ten of Wands is talking about you're carrying too much. You again, we're talking about with a standing tall card, you know, stand tall. How can you stand tall when you are being weighed down with all of these other people's problems? You keep taking on responsibilities for things that other people are supposed to be doing. You are doing yourself and them a great disservice. When you decide to put down these wands, you make space to receive blessings. You also lay down these burdens, you lay down this baggage that is not for you to carry with you. I don't know if about you, but I know I don't want to be walking around with a whole bunch of heavy stuff on me. I want to feel light. I want to feel free. I want to be sovereign in my life. You have that power to do those things too. Next up is the star. And, you know, you are a star. Like, you have it within you to shine bright, to have the light that the life that you want, you know? Just, you can make your dreams come true. You can have the relationship that you want to have. With this card, it's not a average interpretation of what it is that I'm seeing, but what I'm seeing is that, you know, it's like wish upon a star, right? You can wish upon a star, but you are responsible for your wishes. You're responsible for, you know, there's a universal law of like cause and effect, you know? You have to take responsibility. So, okay, the person that you're with, oh, just have a feeling or hear somebody saying like, oh, but he's like my dream guy, you know, like he's like from my dreams. And honey, that dream is turning into a nightmare. And you're stuck romanticizing this. Why? Why do you keep doing this to yourself? It is possible for you to attract the people that are supposed to be in your life, the people that will uplift you, encourage you, and to love you fully and unconditionally. Once you love yourself fully and unconditionally, once you see that you are a star, that you deserve this attention and this praise, but you got to give it to yourself first. Stop looking outside of yourself and stop accepting less than what you deserve. Okay, I don't know if that was one for a specific person, but it just came up into my mind, so I had to say it the way that it came out. Next up is the Three of Wands. You know, your ships are coming in. Like, once you are clear on what it is that needs to exit out of your life and you take steps to do that, now you make the space to receive the blessings that are supposed to come to you. That's just such a beautiful thing. The Nine of Pentacles, again, you have so many nines in this reading. Like, y'all are just coming to the end of a cycle, and you are now coming to a new level, a new elevation in your life, physically, mentally, spiritually, financially. Things are changing for you emotionally. You have the decision to make. What are you going to do? Ah, Two of Swords again. What decisions are you going to make? Are you going to move forward in your life? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to stay stagnant in a place that you don't belong at? Or are you going to move forward and inviting and making the space to invite in the love of your life, you know, and having a life that you love? Like, I see that coming in, like you have a life that you love, you have career that you love, you have the family that you want to have, you have a connection to your loved ones the way that you want to have it. You have it within you to do these things. Don't keep yourself stagnant in a place that you don't belong. Yeah, it's like I see this here, it's just like your logic and your intuition can be used. You don't have to choose between one and the other. They're both available to you. Be logical and seeing how things need to change in your life. And use your intuition to do what feels right for you, because what feels right for you is right for you. And in doing that and in following that, you're going to bring yourself to the right place at the right time to meet the right people. You're going to say the right things to get the right results. You have it within you. You are so powerful. So I hope that this reading has resonated with you. And if it did, please leave me a comment. I would love to read it. And please like, subscribe, and share. Um, I also am available for personal readings. I didn't mention that for group or PAL 1, but I'm also available for personal readings. The information is in the description box, and you can schedule a reading with me at my website, backtolifetarot.com. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful and wonderful day. Keep your energy high, your vibration high, and get ready to have the universe meet you at the frequency to bring in your wants and your dreams. It's going to be beautiful. High energy, high vibrations. We're about to expand our frequency. Hi, my loves, you divine beings. Thank you for choosing to listen to my video on cord cutting and what should be cut out of your life. If you're listening to this portion of the video, you have picked pile 3. In my readings, I do divination by dice, and that gives a basic overview of what the whole reading is going to be about. The dice roll comes with keywords, answer of yes or no to a question. So hold a question in your mind. It comes with an affirmation, how this dice roll is going to affect you on a physical and spiritual level, as well as a gemstone to aid you with the topic of this reading. So for pile 3, we rolled 5 plus 5. The keywords are truth, trust. The answer to the question you're thinking is yes. The affirmation is I trust my true progress and potential without reserve. So let's go ahead and see how this dice roll is going to affect you on a physical plane. Rolling 5 plus 5 tells you that you have arrived at the moment of truth. There are no deceptions now, and you have the appropriate knowledge to proceed. This combination creates true play success or a step in that particular direction. You are required now to live your truth and love at the greatest capacity. You may trust the parties involved, the businesses in question, or the person of your desire. Nothing will hold you back now if you trust that each step will alight just at the moment you require it. This is your moment to seize. Universe and divine timing is now. The spiritual perspective of rolling 5 plus 5. The universe is providing you with the ideal situation to trust. Mostly, this combination arises when you are required to trust yourself. However, this may also mean that you are asked to trust another person. It is still supported, even with the doubts that may arise. You may be saying hello or goodbye to someone important and cherished. It is important that you trust enough to take the implied action or step. Typically, when you are asked to trust another, it is when your life is at a turning point. It may be that they are beginning or changing their life in some significant way. Trust that however you assist that person in attaining their dream, you will always be rewarded in some fashion, even if you do not personally discover the result of your contribution. This time of trust has further reaching effects than you expect. You may be asked to lead a new project or take on a job you have never done before. It is finally time to begin your own business, move someplace beautiful, or give your heart to another. Now is the time. The more you trust each element of your path is such that you can trust it with an open and expectant heart. Great things bloom out of a simple truth. The gemstone that is in conjunction with rolling 5 plus 5 is peridot. Peridot's healing uses are acceptance, dealing with issues from the past, emotional balance, invigorating, spiritual cleansing, childbirth, detox, enlightenment, protection, strengthens character. It's also used for ailments like addiction, cancer, emotional blockage, jealousy, negativity, sunburn, anger, depression, gastrointestinal disorders, lethargy, stress, and weight gain. It also is associated with the parts of the body such as the intestines and lungs, the heart chakra, solar plexus chakra, and the astrology of Leo, Sagittarius, Scorpio, and Virgo. Peridot is also associated with the tarot cards of the Empress and the Hermit, and it comes in green and yellow green color. So let's get into this reading and see what it is that you should be cutting cords with. What is it that Spirit is going to be helping you to cut cords with so that way you can live the life that you want and you can have this trust that you know the truth about what it is that you need to do and you are able to do it. So first up is that you are a natural born leader. This is amazing to me how this theme is just recurring through all three readings, all three piles. I do apologize if you heard that noise. I have two puppies. They are a Corgi and Dachshund mix, and they are rambunctious. So forgive the noise if you did hear it. If you didn't hear it, then let's just go ahead. I was saying that throughout all three piles, all three groups here for the cord cutting reading, it has been brought to the forefront that you all are natural born leaders. You know, you were born to lead others as part of your life path. So, what I get when I'm looking at this card for this particular pile is that you already know this. You know, this is no brand new news to you. This is not, something that you have not felt about yourself. You know that you're a leader. The positions that you've been in at different places that you work, or even coming up in school, or even in your homes. Like I see a lot of you are older siblings, the firstborn within your family, and you have had responsibility given to you because you are able to handle it. You were built to be this leader, right? You were born to be this leader. So you know this already, but it seems to be a part of you that is fighting against stepping up for yourself the way you're supposed to step up for yourself, for looking at yourself and respecting that you have this power within you. You know, it seems like you're being overcome with doubt, and it's it's not conducive to you doing, being, and having what you want in your life. It's not helping you equal up to the goals that you are setting for yourself, to being what you envision yourself to be. You know, it seems like some of you are berating yourself for not being further along in your life than you are. But Spirit wants you to know that you are right where you belong. At this moment in time, trust yourself, that you know that the truth is that you are on your way. The path that you are on is not an easy one. It is one that has lots of ups and downs. It's going to challenge you. It's going to make you have to step out of your comfort zone. And you're kind of keeping yourself from moving forward. You're being your own worst enemy by not acknowledging how strong you are, how powerful you are, how you were born to be this leader. You know, it is your destiny. Next is Heavenly Helpers. I see that you're not getting in contact with your spirit team. I see a lot of you saying, I'm always by myself. I always have to do stuff by myself. And that's a flaw in your thinking, right? It adds to the negative thinking because you take on the weight of the world when it's not yours to hold on to. You know, it's this kind of like self-loathing, this low self-esteem, this negative self-talk. You know, you're sitting here and it's like, I just see a depression. I can't explain to you how I see it. It just feels like there's a heaviness on top of you. It's like a really dark gray cloud that has a lot of weight on it. Like, and it's just around your head and your neck, and it's pushing down on your shoulders. You're not able to stand tall and be this leader that you know that you are because of the feeling that you're doing this by yourself. You're not by yourself. You have been assigned a birth angel. You have been assigned, greatness to become this leader, and you're able to do that through your ancestors who live within your DNA, who are a part of you. You know, you have a spiritual team that is here for you. They're ready to guide you through all your difficult situations. The thing with spirit is that you need to surrender to the processes that you're going through And surrendering is just a trust that what you have asked for the universe to do for you is going to be accomplished. You will be able to do all the things that you want to do. Don't let go of that hope. What you do need to let go of, what Spirit is showing me that you need to let go of, is this heavy burden of feeling that you need to take on everybody else's problems, the heavy burden of you speaking unkindly to yourself. What you need to let go of is not having compassion for yourself, not taking care of yourself, not putting yourself as a priority. These are things that you need to cut off. You need to be a priority in your life. You need to sit and meditate or pray or just go outside and stand on the grass and just ground yourself. It is okay to ask Spirit to help you. It is okay to say, I am lonely, please comfort me. My angels, come to me, be with me. I feel in need. I give you permission to come and comfort me. I give you permission to help me through the difficulties that I'm going through. One thing I have been doing since the idea came to me is that when I pray, I don't always pray now for what it is that I need, because I believe that the universe, God is source. Whatever you reply or you say is this greater power or higher power, if you believe in one, I believe that they already know. The Omni Creator already knows what it is that you need. And it's up to you to have trust that your needs will be met. But what I was saying was that I have started to pray that Holy Spirit prays through me. That means I'm no longer saying, I need, I need, I need. What I'm saying at this time is, I surrender to Spirit to show me, to assist me, to clear the road for me, to clear the blockages for me, to help bring me into the right place at the right time, to say the right things to the right people, to get the right outcomes for myself, and to hear what it is that Holy Spirit is wanting to show me, what it is doing for me in my life, to have gratitude for things in advance of them being here, because time is just a human concept. It's not a concept of spirituality. So the past, the present, and the future are all happening simultaneously. So when you have this attitude of gratitude and you are in the now, right? Trusting in the now, having full faith and surrendering to the now, and speaking your gratitude as if you have what you want in your mind is in the future, but it's actually going to happen now, right? Because every day that you're alive is the only time that you are really in that present moment, right? So something that just happened a few seconds ago, you can't go back and change. Something that's going to come to you within the next few seconds, you cannot go ahead and change. All you have is the now. The now is a present. It is a present, as in a gift for you to use. So when you let Holy Spirit pray through you, you are able to tap into the now, and you are able to give your gratitude in a present tense, which is, for example, I am grateful that I have a four-bedroom house. At this particular moment in time, I don't have it right now, but I know that it is coming. And I know that when I turn the key and open up the door to my home, my four-bedroom home, that it will be in the present tense. So I'm now grateful for having a four-bedroom house. Do you get the idea? You get the drift of what it is that I'm saying? You know, release the thought that you are here by yourself. I know that physical company is something that's very important. I see that a lot of you who pick this pile don't have a partner in your life, or don't have a partner who is fulfilling your need for companionship. Like, they're around, but they're not around the way that you would like to have somebody there for you. But take comfort in knowing that your spirit team, made up of angels, your ancestors, gods, goddesses, deities, spiritual beings, are here for you. You know, these beings are looking for you, looking out for you, and helping you to achieve your greatest and highest good. That's something to be thankful for. So there's a need to cut out the negative thinking, the thinking that you are going at this alone. You have help. Be open to surrendering to that help. Be open to asking for what it is that you need, having gratitude for it in the present tense, and listening to what Holy Spirit has for you. Next up is angel numbers. Pay attention to the signs. Your angels are trying to deliver a message. So this goes in conjunction with letting Holy Spirit pray through you. You know, angel numbers will be like 111, 222, 333, 444, 555, 666, 777, 888, 999, 1010, 1111, 1212. Not to say that it has to be a recurring same number, because when I first started on my path, I realized that the numbers 3, 5, and 8, those series of numbers have followed me since young adulthood to this current day. So when I see them, I feel like I'm on the right path to doing what it is that I need to do to fulfill my life purpose and my soul mission. So take time to pay attention to the signs that are coming to you. So it can also be other things that are coming to you, like just like a sensation or a feeling. You might notice like the goosebumps or the chills running up and down your body, or, there's a sensation that comes to you. Stop and think about what it is that you're doing in the moment that you are seeing these angel numbers come up. Pay attention to these signs. Pay attention to the synchronicities. Try to focus on what it is that you were thinking about at that moment. And if you can, start an angel number journal. I have one, and I see like numbers coming to me. For me, it's beautiful, because I could be driving down the street and I will see 2 to 3 license plates with the same um, set of numbers. Sometimes they're in perfect alignment of, the numbers will be in perfect alignment, or sometimes it'll be a variation of those numbers, but they will be all on the same license plate. And for me, I take the time to stop and really keep in mind, what was I just thinking about at this moment that I saw this? What did I pray about earlier today? What did I write down in my petitions when I do my ancestor veneration rituals in the morning? What was it that I have been asking for? What is it that I was feeling at that moment? And then I will keep in mind what the numbers was, and then I will look it up on Google, or I have an app like where I look up angel numbers, and to see how what these other people have interpreted these numbers to mean comes out to be, and to see how it ties into my situation or not. So I encourage you, that if you are a person that's seen angel numbers, to go ahead and Google the meaning, and look through all the different sites. Like, not all the sites have the same exact information about it, and you might just find something that resonates with you on a different site. So look up the same number at different websites, and then see how it helps you, because there is a message there being delivered to you by your angel. Divine timing, what you are working on, is now divinely guided. Like, this is just so much more confirmation for you to have trust that you know the truth about yourself. You know the truth of you being a natural born leader. You know the truth about you being a strong person, that you are in connection with your angels and your heavenly guides, your spirit team. You have heavenly helpers. You are divinely guided. You are a divine being having a human experience. Reach out to your spirit team, pray, meditate, chant, go out for walks in nature, eat well, sleep well, hydrate yourself, take care of yourself, make yourself a priority. Everything is working for you. Things are working in your favor. Every day, in every way, everything is conspiring to bring you to what you want, to where you're supposed to be. Your life purpose is unfolding before you each and every day. Take heart, feel joy, be in the state of gratitude, and understand that you, in your human thinking, the flawed thinking, feel like you're not where you need to be. Where you are right now is exactly where you need to be. What you're experiencing right now is exactly what you need to experience. Because once you learn the lesson of this portion of time, you will be able to help others who are going through something similar. And you are needed. You are being looked up to because you are a leader and you will be leading by example. Share your gifts. Again, more confirmation. You are a leader. Once you share, there's the universal law of give and take. It can't always be you giving, 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 or taking, taking, taking. There has to be a balance. There are people who are in need of the medicine that is you. And there is a point where I see that some of you are just overly sharing. There has to be a time where you set boundaries. And once you put yourself as a priority in your life and realize that by taking on other people's problems and trying to solve them, you are doing yourself and them a great disservice because each challenge that we face in life is to help us grow as people, to help us grow physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. So share your gifts, but with boundaries, with compassion for yourself, first and foremost within your mind. That's what I'm seeing being shown to me with this card here. Perfectionist. Wow. Yeah, well, I could see that already. You guys, want everything to be a certain type of way, but I do see that your perfectionism is keeping things away from you. Now, I'm not saying that you should not be detailed and thorough in your work because when you love what it is that you do, you can't help but to want to have everything perfect. When you're delivering a thought, an idea, and sharing it with others, you want it to be received well. You want to be able to express your thoughts and feelings and have an action plan to move forward with what it is that you envision in your mind. But there comes a time where you constantly, crossing out. Like I see somebody writing a draft of a speech or something or a business plan, and they keep on scratching out everything that they have written as if there is something more perfect for them to express. So once you first put down your ideas, that is your truth right there. If you keep scratching it out and then starting something else, then you're not trusting that you know exactly what your vision entails. Your vision was given to you because you have the capabilities to work it out perfectly. And that is where the perfectionist comes in, the perfection comes in because it was given to you, your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, the way that you are able to do things, your uniqueness as a leader is needed. That is where the perfection lies because you are perfectly you. Trying to keep changing things and restructuring things makes you take on an outside view of what is happening internally. It's like you keep on taking on outside distractions or thinking, well, what would this person think about what it is that I'm saying? Or how will these people receive this idea? Sometimes things are just perfect the way that they come out originally. And there's no need to keep trying to go back to the drawing board, because then you start to miss out on the joy of the unfolding of this vision. Next up is listen. There's a gentle voice within, encouraging signs are everywhere, forgiving yourself. This here, forgiveness is something that a lot of people don't really understand the concept of forgiveness, right? Like when I first heard that you have to forgive people so that way they don't hold power over you, I did not understand. I thought that forgiveness was okay, let me how do I explain this? I was brought up in a Christian household, and what I was taught was to turn the other cheek, and then I was also taught to offer my faith basically to receive, a slap or a hit or a punch. That's just the way that I grew up. I'm not saying that that's what your lives were like, but that was the mindset that I was brought up with, right? And in terms of forgiveness, it was like let people keep doing whatever they want to you, uh, and be this bigger person all the time. Don't stand up for yourself, don't speak your truth. But that wasn't what I have learned about within the past few years what forgiveness is. Forgiveness is a private act. It is an act that does not need a big declaration. You don't have to walk around to people screaming out to the world, posting everywhere, oh, I forgive this person, I forgive you, I forgive this other one. No, it's a personal act, right? It is a choice to let go of burdens that are not yours. It is a choice to let go of regrets that you have, because the past is the past. There's nothing that you can do. There's a reason why when you're in a car that the rear view mirror is so small, because where you were headed is more important than where you have been. You have the choice to go ahead and make your life what it is that you want it to be. So forgiveness of yourself for your mistakes, for the things that you have done to hurt other people, you can send that out into the universe. Say, I forgive myself. I lose the things that are holding me back. I lose them, as in, you know, you just misplace something and you're never able to find it again, right? Lose it, then loose it, like letting a dog off of its leash. You need to loose it, and then you need to let it go. Let it go. Let it go like a helium balloon that has come off of its, string, and it's just going to go up into the atmosphere and you will never see it again, right? Let go of these heavy burdens that you are carrying. Forgive yourself. Lose it. Loose it. Let it go. Do that in full trust. Full trust that the universe is working with you, conspiring to help you reach your goals. Lose this thing here. Listen to what it is that the angels and your spiritual team have to tell you once you start asking Holy Spirit to pray through you, and you will see signs, right? Like I'm looking at the number 4, and the number 4 to me denotes the angelic presence around you. So you have angels that are around you and they are ready to work on your behalf. But there has to be a surrender. There has to be permission granted to these beings to help you, because they cannot step in to do these things for you. So you have to be willing to listen to the answers that you receive for the questions that you are sending out to the universe. That's something that you can definitely do, and that's something that I'm seeing that the heaviness needs to be let go of. You need to cut cords with reliving the past, reliving traumatic situations. Forgive in that you lose it, you loose it, you let it go in full trust, and you will feel better. Your life will be better. Listen to your angelic and your spiritual direction that you receive through these signs and synchronicities through the angel numbers. Your heavenly helpers are here for you and on your behalf. Once you're able to do these things, now here comes the rewards. This is 10. Number 10 is talking about new beginnings. You have completed all the steps and now you are at this brand new beginning, right? 1 plus 0 is 1. So 1 is the number of new beginnings. It's also the numbers of leaders, which you are. You are a leader. There's a lot of growth that's happening here. There's a lot of things to celebrate. This is the time for you, once you release holding on to these heavy burdens that are not yours, you can now relax. You can now celebrate. You can now breathe in. I feel like a lot of you don't take the time to breathe. Go find some YouTube videos on different breathing techniques. A lot of you are not breathing correctly. A lot of you don't breathe deep into your diaphragm. A lot of you don't maintain the correct posture. A lot of you are just walking around weighed down by things that you are doing to yourself. Physically, you're not listening to your body. You're not listening to the needs. You keep pushing yourself to the background. That is something that you need to stop doing. This is what Spirit keeps showing me. Like, this is not for you. For you to not, you're supposed to have this prosperous life, your inheritance from God, the goddess, from source, from the universe, is for you to be abundant and prosperous, to have love, joy, happiness, great health, wealth, riches, success, and balance in your life, and you're getting there to that point once you have trust that you know the truth about what is that you need to let go of in your life, what is no longer serving you. Evolution, this is, look, 1010, okay? Rewards had the number 10. This, again, has the number 10. You're going through changes, and it's for the better. It's a positive growth once you trust yourself, right? The circle of beginning and endings, you are growing. Growth is something that does not stop. So, no, life is not going to always be smooth sailings. It's going to be challenges. You have to be willing to be uncomfortable and to go through the discomfort so that way you can get to a state where you are in comfort and you are in a state of satisfaction. And you're able to do that when you have an attitude of gratitude, when you are able to have compassion for yourself, when you speak love and life over yourself, speak love and life over your children, speak love and life over your family, speak love and life over your partner, speak love and life over your businesses, speak love and life over your ideas, your goals, what you have passion about. Be passionate about it. Speak well of yourself. You have to be willing to go through changes. You need to let go of not wanting to change, for wanting to have everything be the same, because nothing in this universe remains the same. You know, the grass grows, and sometimes the grass dies and it stops, but then it comes back again. There's always a change happening. It's consistent. The world is consistent in change. There's a consistent timing for everything, So regardless of whether you feel that you're in the best headspace or physical situation, living situation, job situation, love situation, be open to change. Be open to receiving great things in your life. Next, we have believe in yourself. Anything is possible. You can achieve anything you put your heart and soul into. Have faith and believe in yourself. The power is within you. For you to be a leader is for you to take responsibility for yourself. And that responsibility is better served when you believe in yourself, right? It won't feel like a burden. It'll just be something that you have the power within you to do, to be, to have what you desire, right? Anything is possible. You can do what you want to do, you can do what you envision yourself doing, right? If you could see it, then you can achieve it. It takes belief within yourself. So what it is that needs to be cut out, what you need to cut cords with is this thinking, this negativity that you have over your life. Let go of this complaining that you have. I see you blaming other people for stuff that's going on in your life. Take responsibility for yourself. Stand tall in your beliefs. Stand tall in your ethics. Know that you were given power to be a leader. That is your natural born right? Like a lion. This is a cub, but this cub is going to grow up into a fierce lion that is going to lead their pride. They're going to have other people or other lions look up to them. You have that within you. People are looking up to you. People are waiting for you to put your desires into motion, right? Sit down, write down your goals, put a date on them, start taking actionable steps to create the life that you want, whether that means that you are taking a course, getting a mentor or a coach, um, learning new ideas, removing negative mindsets, old mindsets that cannot come with you, or reevaluating the people who are in your life and seeing whether they should be promoted or demoted in your life. That is your power. You have the power to do that. You have a responsibility to show up for yourself. Showing up for yourself enables you to believe in yourself. Trust me, the power is there. It is within you. Now, pull some cards to see what it is that, what spiritual powers you possess here, right? For this pile 3, because I feel like you do, right? So let's go ahead and just see what it is. Clairvoyance, the ability to see clearly, right? To see impressions and information from your third eye, right? The third eye located like in between your eyebrows and in the middle like of your forehead. That's like where the physical representation of this third eye would be, right? But for me, I believe that your third eye is actually your first eye, right? What you are able to envision um, for yourself because you are able to see what it is that you want to do in your life before it actually manifests, right? So if you could dream it, you could envision it, then you can have it. So this also is talking about you being able to have to share, you know, information to people. Like you're able to see their situations more clearly than they are. And spirit is showing me that for a few you are like very psychic, very strong in being able to receive these type of messages where you receive these visions, and it's just like a knowing also. You have just this knowing of what is to come without really understanding why, but that is your spirit team that is behind you, that is your ancestors, that is within your DNA for you to be able to tap into this spiritual part of yourself and share this with others. It's a beautiful gift to have. Next is your abilities, and this for me was a humongous, humongous thing, right? To charge or not to charge while using your gifts in service to others. And for a lot of you, regardless of whether you are a spiritual teacher, a spiritual guide, um, a medium, a channeler, a mystic, an oracle, a tarot card reader, um, if you do any type of divination, um, or if you're not someone who's into these things, but you have a natural talent which you are expressing and sharing with the world, um, you know, do you charge or do you not charge? And what comes is that you were given these gifts for a reason, and everything in life has a give and a take. So you cannot just be giving, 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 giving and not receiving. There has to be a reciprocity. So if you are thinking like, oh, well, I don't really think that I should charge, that is foolish. That is foolish. That's not what Spirit wants for you. Like, again, your birthright is to be abundant and prosperous. How do you do that if you are giving of yourself? You're giving of your gifts out into the world and not receiving anything back from it. You don't have to charge outrageous amounts if you don't feel that that is what you want to do, but have it be equal to the energy that you're putting in. Like doing readings takes energy, channeling takes energy, using using the tools that are available to us, like the tarot cards, the oracle cards, the crystals, candles, anything just that is just outside of yourself that you are using as a channel to receive messages from Holy Spirit takes energy. Anything that you are creating, when you are being creator of your world, when you are creating products and services and goods, that is taking energy, and it demands a reciprocity. It demands a give and a take. So if you are sitting here fighting with yourself and like, no, well, I can't really charge and I don't think anybody's gonna, purchase my stuff, or people gonna think that I'm charging too much. The people who think that you are charging too much are not your people. You need to let go of that thought. You need to let go of trying to have everybody be your customer, because everybody's not going to be a customer. Everybody's not going to be your client. Like, I'm not the reader for everybody, and everybody is not a client for me. You know, um, there are times where I have to take out and meditate. Well, actually, I meditate on each person that I read for, to see whether Holy Spirit is showing me that this is somebody that I can help, or whether it's somebody that I cannot. If I cannot, then I can possibly refer them to someone else who will be able to help them with what it is that they are seeking um, insight upon. And you have that within you. But I feel like a lot of you are doubting your abilities when you are perfect in the way that you are. You've been given these powers, you have been given these gifts, you have been given these abilities to create. You have the power within you to create worlds. You are that powerful. You are that leader. So you need to let go of this thinking of thinking that you don't deserve equal reciprocity for what it is that you give out. The energy that you give out, you receive something back within. So let go of the thought that you should not be paid for what it is for sharing your gifts with others. So yes, at times it's okay to just share and give because that's who you are in nature. I see a lot of you are very good-hearted, kind and loving people and like to help others. And that is something when you are an empathic kind of person that you feel people's feelings, and when you are clairvoyant, you're able to see how things are affecting people in their lives, the hurts within them, and, it's difficult to feel like, oh, I should charge for them. But, honey, psychologists charge for you to sit on their couch and talk to them. You go to a store, you have to pay for the things that you purchase. You get water. Water costs money. You got your water bill, your electric bill for things, you got to pay for where you stay. There is nothing that you don't have to put out some equal energy, some reciprocity for. So why not charge for your gifts and your services? That is something that you should not feel bad about doing. And if there is a time that you start to feel bad about it, go to your spiritual team. Pray. Pray for Holy Spirit to show you how to move past this feeling, how to move forward in your life, because you deserve good things. You deserve to receive what you have been putting out. Now, here comes the tarot. I like to do the oracle cards first because they give more of a broad overview of the reading, and the tarot for me gives more detailed insight. So first up is the Nine of Fire. You all have this inner strength, right? And you have to trust that when your intuition is coming up, that it is the right thing for you to do. Stop listening to these outside things, right? This distraction is going to keep you from being and doing and having what you want. So stand tall in this Nine of Fire, right? Eight of Air, interference. Again, these it's too much outside noise that is clouding you, not letting you listen to your intuition, listen to what it is that your body is telling you. I see a lot of you are always constantly on the go, not getting enough sleep, feeling lethargic, feeling tired, your health is suffering, you have a horrible diet, you don't eat well, you don't eat at consistent times, you don't drink water, like soda is not water. That's not to hydrate you. All these juices with all of these high amounts of sugars, that is not helping you. I see a lot of you are suffering from diabetes, hypertension, IBS, and arthritis. I'm getting the feeling. Sometimes these things just come to me, and I like for them to leave because I don't want to be feeling any other pain I don't need to be feeling. So I'm just gonna put that out there and then let it go, right? So let's stop having this. Stop being in your head so much about that. Forgive yourself. These things that you keep bringing up from the past, this is what is being talked about here with this Eight of Air, this interference, you being in your head, like you're being stagnant because you're letting these outside unseen forces come and become blockages and obstacles for you. Get out of your head and trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Seven of Air, futility. This is it. This is not you living the life that you're supposed to because you're still worried about everything and everybody else. Put yourself first. What did that little girl say in the video? The cute little girl with the blonde hair. She's in her car seat, and her dad was like, do you need help with your seatbelt? And she's like, worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. Worry about yourself. Go ahead. Worry about yourself. Be compassionate. Put yourself as number one. Next up is Seven of Water, which talks about excess, right? It's like the loss of strength through denial. Like you are not listening to yourself. It's the overindulgence of taking care of other people, of putting other people's needs and wants before your own. You need to cut off this martyrdom of you trying to, you know, be everything for everybody, but being nothing and nobody to yourself. How selfish, how uncaring is that? How vile is that? How evil is that for you to do that to yourself? How dare you not put yourself first? How do you walk around giving, 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 and we have those five vessels that are broken and just leaking out, and there's no way to replenish this. So now you're left with the little bits, these two cups, right? Or these two vessels. And for me, I'm seeing those vessels as being empty. They're not broken because they really don't have anything within them. You are at a point where there is a loss of strength, there's emotional depletion. You are just wasting instead of being proactive and building. Build yourself up. Speak kindly to yourself. Replenish your cups. Take the time to put together the pieces, the broken pieces of your vessel, glue them back together. You do that by acknowledging yourself, by loving yourself, by speaking life over yourself, by going into meditation, by prayer, by contemplation, by speaking positive affirmations over your life, by having an attitude of gratitude, by being in the present and acknowledging it for the gift that it is right now. Know that all times that all is well within your life, that you are doing well, that at this moment if you can breathe, if you can feel your heartbeat, that all is well, and that if you continue to put yourself first and have compassion and love for yourself, that you can fix the losses of giving too much of yourself. You know, there has to be a reciprocity here in your life. You need to let go of this overindulgence, this excess of giving too much. Next up is the son of air. A lot of you are restless. You have this inner conflict, this mental agitation, right? And it's just like you keep giving into your ego, right? The ego is like what I heard an acronym for it. And it's just not coming up to mind. I might remember it in the future, but it's just like your ego self is not is something that has a negative aspect to it. It's not always negative because everything in life is duality. There's two parts to everything in life. But in this portion here, what I'm seeing is the negative. The you're scared, you're struggling, like you have these ghosts that keep popping up. You keep projecting things of the past into your future. Like, I'm a person who has gone through a lot of traumatic situations. Like, I was a block away from the World Trade Center when 9/11 happened, and I was outside trying to get my sister because she was in school across the street from the World Trade Center, and I wasn't sure whether she was in her school or in the World Trade Center Marriott, where she was doing an internship over the summer. You know, and I was frantic, and I just saw people falling out of the building and the smoke coming out, and it's just it was horrible. It was a horrible experience to have to live through. And I was fortunate enough to, I was working 4 blocks away on Wall Street, and I was able to run back into my building and get into my office building 1 minute before the first building had fallen. But my sister wasn't as lucky. They had let her out from school, and she was caught outside when the building came down. So being caught up in all of that debris, caught up in this pitch blackness, you know, it is a very traumatic thing. You know, it leaves for PTSD. And I've had other things also happen in my life that were very traumatic. I actually was a few weeks pregnant with my first child during that time. So to have to sit through that and not only have one building fall down, but to have multiple buildings fall down and to be there while they were falling down and have the earth shake beneath you and have the sunlight be blocked out and be enveloped in this cloud of darkness. It was a very scary feeling. I didn't know whether my loved ones were okay, you know, if everybody was that I knew was all right, you know, to have to witness the devastation. It is something that's very traumatic, but there is the time to let go of these things and understand that if you are here today, it's because you are a survivor, right? You are a thriver. You are victorious in your life. You have it within you to be a leader, and these things do not define you. If anything, it should define to you how strong you are as a person, how powerful you are, how courageous you are, you know, how inspirational that you are to be able to live through things that were sent to kill you, to break you down, to defeat you, and you are still here. You are still standing tall. You know, let go of these past things. They don't define who you are. You know, when you are trapped in your mind in the past, it becomes a loop. It creates this loop, and you start adding in things that didn't even happen, but it feels like it's the truth. Your body doesn't know the difference between what was then and what is now. It just feels what you visualize. So if you can visualize a better life for yourself, and get out of your head. Stop having this inner conflict with yourself. Stop letting your fears define who you are. And instead of, you know, not acting because of fear, act in spite of the fear. Act in the fear. Do it through the fear and get through the fear. You know, go through this emotion. Because at the end of the day, you are victorious, you are strong, you are powerful. There is nothing that you cannot do. You have the power that creates worlds flowing within you, that is flowing within your blood, within your DNA. You are your ancestors' dreams. Stop playing small when you were meant to be big. Stop hiding yourself when you are the medicine that people are looking for. You are the light that people are looking for. Transformation. This is like the death of this old self, right? This the ego, the fears, the dogmas, the old patterns. This is just a let it be, let it go, loose it, lose it, let it go in full trust. Be okay with change. Be okay with the transformation. You know, the butterfly has to go from being a caterpillar and going through all of the things that it needs to do, building its chrysalis and then staying within it and then struggling to get out of it. And it would not be a butterfly, would not be alive and not be as beautiful as it is if it did not have to go through all of this struggle, all of this discomfort, all of this change. The process is necessary. This transformation is necessary for you. Let go of the fear. Let go of the fear, you know? Don't think negatively of, well, what if this? Think, yes, this is going to happen and this is going to be great. This is what I'm calling forth to me. This is what the angels and my spiritual team is helping me with. I surrender to the unfolding of my life purpose and my soul mission. You have it within you. You are such a strong person. Spiritual warrior. Look, this is talking about now inner work, self contemplation and power, like self actualization of the outer world. Like you bring forth what is in you. You cannot give what you don't have within you. So if you don't have love for yourself, what love are you really giving out to other people? If you don't think well of yourself, how can you think well of other people? How can you give respect to other people if you're not putting yourself first and foremost in your life? You need to be paramount in your life. You are very important in your life. You are the priority in your life. On that list of what your priorities are, you need to be number one. Number one, the leader, the life path of a leader. Next up is the Two of Wands, and this is just, you have so much passion and there's a decision that you need to make. Clear your head, get out of your head, stop with the ego self, right? It's time for it to come to an end. Make a decision. Are you going to stay where you are and be stagnant and resist change and resist putting yourself first and resist receiving the blessings and the rewards that are coming your way? Or are you going to act in spite of fear? Are you going to be this survivor, this thriver, victorious in your life? It's up to you. You are the only one who has the power to change your life. Judgment. This here is talking about stop worrying about what other people are saying about you. Stop putting the outside, letting outside influences change what you want to do for yourself. It's like the perfectionism. You keep changing this outline that you have for yourself when the truth is the first thing that comes up, out of the heart's utterance, the mouth speaks. So what is on the inside is going to come out and you should not be worried about anybody else's judgment, just your own about yourself. Trust yourself. You have the truth within you. A lot of you here, the Nine of Swords is talking about you're not sleeping well. You are so in your head, you are so bogged down with these burdens that you keep taking on from yourself. That is not for you to have to worry about. Loose it, lose it, let it go, and receive your blessings in full trust. Start nurturing yourself. Put yourself first. Again, I apologize for the puppies. I don't know what's going on with my little beanie baby. Next is the Three of Wands. This is talking about your ships are coming in. Like the rewards are coming to you. Make that decision, right? We're going upwards. You had the Two of Wands. Now we got the Three of Wands. Let this come to you. Once you make that choice that, you're going to be the leader that you were born to be, that you are going to put yourself as a priority, and that you are going to show people how to be leaders in their life by the example that you set, your rewards start coming in. So this is more confirmation that you have these rewards and blessings coming to you once you make the choice to receive and walk in your power and to work in your power, to be powerful, to call your power back to you, and to forgive yourself and to forgive situations at all times, every time that you feel that you're not where you want to be, at any moment you can restart your life. You can restart how you feel. You can press that reset button. You have that power to do that. A lot of you are going to be coming into partnerships, and if you are in a relationship now and the relationship is not what it is that you are expecting, you're feeling lonely even when this person is around you, once you put yourself as a priority and you start either promoting or demoting people in your life, you now are making space. You now have the heart space, the mental space, the physical space, the spiritual space to invite this love of your life, this soulmate of yours, your soul family. And this is also talking about if you are a business owner, you now have more opportunities coming in, that there is going to be an offer for you to have partnership with somebody, and it's going to be very fruitful. If you see the trees behind these, I think they're swans. Please don't get me wrong, I'm not an animal expert, but it looks, like the trees behind are so fruitful. They're ripe. It's now a time to receive the rewards for what it is that you're doing. Okay, I can't look. It's coming even more. Ace of Cups. This is emotional fulfillment. This is a outpouring of creative potential that you have, right? The aces are beginnings. It's the number one again, right? And that this is like a lesson that there's an unlimited supply that you can come back to time and time again. Once you trust yourself, once you know that there is truth within the divine being that you are, the leader that you are, the love that you have for yourself, the life that you speak over yourself, what you can envision, the being balanced within your life will keep you having your cup with overflow, right? And once you become a priority with yourself, you learn to set boundaries. And the boundaries will help you to be a giving person in the most perfect way, right? Because you will now be giving from the overflow. You see, the cup is overflowing. The overflow is for everybody else. But what is in the cup is for you, right? You are self full. You can pray to become self full. Pray to become the priority in your life. Let go having to take on everybody else's worries. That is not for you. You have your own life to live. You have your own path to walk and work on. Next, we have the Fool card, right? Zero. Zero is talking about unlimited potential, the potential to create worlds, right? If you think about a zero, it looks like an egg where, us women, we carry these eggs so that way one sperm meets up with it, we create this baby, we create this whole other being. But you also have it within you, whether you're male or female, to create the life of your dreams. Being the fool, it means that you are sometimes called foolish by people who don't understand your vision, who don't understand your drive, who cannot understand you. And it's not for them to understand, it's for you to see your potential, for you to reach your potential, for you to take that leap of faith and have faith within yourself. With this card here, I just hear the question, are you ready to go? Are you ready to go? Are you ready to live the life that you envision for yourself? Are you ready to receive happiness? Are you ready to receive your inheritance of prosperity, abundance, love, joy, peace, happiness, good health, wealth, riches, money, success, and balance within your life? Are you ready? If you are, be the full. Starting new, you have the potential to do and have and be all that you desire. The Five of Cups comes up, and this is talking about cutting your losses and understanding that there are still two cups. There are still options available to you once you decide that you are no longer going to be living this life where you put yourself last, where you are not a priority, where you are taking out other people's problems. You need to leave those things behind and make the choice to embrace change, embrace this growth that is happening, and to know that there are more opportunities. There's no need for you to stay stuck in the life that you were living that was not benefiting you. It's time to move forward. It's time to cut the losses. It's not that it's not going to hurt. It's not that you don't have the right to be human and stuff, but it's that wallowing in this state of pain and hurt is not doing anything beneficial for you. It's not creating for you the life that you need to have to feel fulfilled. And that is what is wanted for you. This is what the universe has in store for you to have this beautiful, fulfilling life by being the leader that you were meant to be. Queen of Swords is up now, and this is talking about a sense of urgency. Like we had the Two of Wands come up, and it was talking about making a decision. Here, the Queen of Wands is, this is a wolf, right? So if a wolf does not act when it's, chasing its prey, it won't be able to eat, and it might be days before it gets another meal. So its ability to act swiftly, right? The sword's talking about like being swift with this movement, and cutting the ties that bind you, like procrastination, or inaction, or leaving your life in somebody else's hands instead of embracing the energy and the power that you have within you. That's not serving you. That's something that you need to cut cords with. This, oh well, life owes me, and I've done blah 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 for this person and that person, and I should and I could and I would. No, those are things that need to be cut away. They need to be cut away swiftly. The procrastination needs to be cut away swiftly, because when you do, then you are walking and working within your power. And you are a very powerful person. So be like the Queen of Swords and be swift. And, have an urgency about creating the life that you wish. And our last card is the Seven of Pentacles. This is talking about you having a lot of options. Like right now you are in the in-between stages of where you would like to be, but it's possible for you to have the life of your dreams once you let go of self-doubt, once you let go of being a doormat, once you let go of being a martyr, once you let go of taking on people's problems and trying to fix them for themselves, once you let go of not putting yourself first, once you let go of not putting yourself as a priority. These seven opportunities, right? These seven pentacles are going to open up a world for you. So it's about like the correct timing. So when you make the decision, right, with the Two of Wands, talking again about making a decision, and then going back to the Queen of Swords, being swift about what it is that you have decided on. Once you listen to your intuition, once you decide to put yourself as the priority within your life, there's going to be so many things that open up for you, and everything that you want in your life is going to open up for you in divine timing. So, my loves, please take heart and, know that there are wonderful things coming to you. You are blessed. You are beautiful. There is so much good inside of you, and there's so much more potential within you that's waiting to come out. The world is in need of what it is that you have to offer, your ideas, your thoughts, your words, your touch. You are important. You are a child of this universe, and it is your birthright to have everything and be everything that the universe is. So that's it for this reading. I know that it was quite long, but I really do pray that it resonates with you and that you have received some insight. And I'd ask that you like, uh, share, and subscribe to my channel. And leave me a comment in the comment sections as to what it is, if this reading resonated with you. And I would love to go ahead and read what it is that you have to say. So I am available for personal readings if you would like. My readings are an hour long. I don't do shorter readings because once I start to receive information from spirit, I try to give you everything that is downloaded to me and everything that is channeled through me. And it's quite detailed and thorough. So within that hour of time, I will try to answer as many of your questions as possible. And I look forward to, reading for you and speaking with you and having you come back to listen to some more insights that are being channeled through Holy Spirit on my channel, Back to Life Tarot. And if you would like to book a private reading with me, you're able to do so on my website, which is going to be in the description box. That is back, the number two, lifetarot.com. I look forward to seeing you and speaking with you again. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. I love you. Bye.